are really gonna watch this,
They ain't got nothing else to do.
right?
Word.
I ain't going on social media talking shit about TDS Radio. I know that much.
My man, Coach Block.
What's up, cuz? How we living?
You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she want us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, man. You ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready? What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio. Hold on. Sorry. Can you? I can hear that hum. Never mind. You good? You good? No. I meant try to turn my microphone up a little bit.
Turn your microphone up?
Yep.
Okay.
It's your man, Coach Block, one. There we go. It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio. And shut up. Don't start your shit. I told y'all I was tired. So if there is a little bit of stuttering going on from your boy, it's because I've been up since. You know what? That needs to be a segment. I've been up since 4:30. So we rounding up this day and this week. So I'm here with two lovely ladies. Of course, my biological sister.
Yay, it's your girl So Fab. Hey, y'all.
And our sexy educator.
Hey, you ain't gonna say about your sister either.
God damn. You know what?
Look, you can't even talk, y'all. I love it.
No, because
I love
I
it.
be trying to be cool.
I'm about to get on his nerves.
Me and you go into a rant.
I can't wait.
We have things to get to. So,
okay.
And we have our sexy educator.
Oh my God. Hello, everybody. It's so good to see you all this good evening and all. Yeah, how we doing today?
All right. How's everybody Friday?
It is good. It's Friday.
Yeah, I had a good day.
Friday.
I had a really, really good day, y'all. I met Braxton Cook. So excited about that. Because I love him.
I know. Yay! How about you, Monday?
Hey man, I work in education system, so
woo!
bottom
Children.
line, we deal with people's kids, and people don't want to come pick them up when they got problems. Ain't that some shit?
They pay their taxes. They
Could
say
you
you
imagine
do it. You the babysitter.
having your child go through some trauma, and you like,
Lord.
I'll be there. What time y'all close? Look at this is school, motherfucker.
Right.
Come get your kid.
Nah.
They say you went to school for you equipped.
Mm,
You got all the skills needed.
So them kids took it out of me today, but
It's Friday.
it's Friday, and it's always fun to do TDS Radio. And then tomorrow we will be where will we be?
At the Mind, Body, and Spirit conference that is happening in Raleigh. So for those of you who are local, come hang out with the Sibs and the healing consultant, Miss Verna Spencer. She will be speaking at 10 a.m. And she also has a vendor booth. So if you're curious about any of her product, whether it be her gummies, her lotion, roll-on salve, drops, she will have all of it there. And you can have that one-on-one as well as purchase right there on the spot.
Yes. So let's go into our birthdays. Let's roll into it.
Let me see. Do I have anybody?
And if y'all know anything that's happening fun or anything that's going on in this weekend, let us know. We will. You can actually put the you can put it in the comment section if it's a link or something like that, somewhere to get tickets or anything like that. Oh, good. We got people that's going to be there.
Oh, hey now.
Cool. So appreciate that.
Yes.
And let me see. I'm sorry, y'all. We had pizza and shit before we started. I was not being professional. But I do have my birthdays ready. So whenever you're ready, I am ready.
I don't have any birthdays today, surprisingly.
Does our beautiful, sexy educator, do you have any birthdays that you would like to shout out? Any friends of people that you would like to shout out?
Oh, besides, Kim, she just had a birthday, and our lovely friend Tammy, they had birthdays this month. Sure did. They literally, this is how crazy shit is. She is the 6th, Tammy is the 7th.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
No, it's not. I had to buy both of these motherfuckers.
And girl, I appreciate you because that massage was everything. Girl.
Literally back to back.
So on Facebook, you don't have anybody who has
let
any
me
birthdays?
find out. I mean,
I'm sure they would appreciate a shout out.
you know what? That's all right. I'm a good person, so let's figure it out.
While you guys take your time with that.
I don't have anybody, so.
Damn.
I'm
How do
sorry.
y'all end up with that?
I don't know. I'm surprised. I don't
I'm
have
waiting for the
anybody.
day where I can say I don't have anybody.
Well, you have a lot of Facebook friends. I get rid of a lot of people.
Oh, I don't have that many friends
Oh,
either. So that's
I don't
probably
get rid
why.
of. too
And I don't
many
have none
people.
either.
You don't have any either. Okay.
That's why I
Yeah.
say I just said those
Bur-
birthdays.
Oh, Mr. Purvis. Hey, how you doing?
So let me go ahead and get mine out the way, and then let's move on to the next piece of the show. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Dang.
We'll have sometimes more than that.
Mhm.
So high school friend Angelo DiNardo played football
I
with
remember
Ange. You
him.
remember Ange?
Mhm.
How do you remember Angelo DiNardo?
I remember his name.
Oh,
You
because
can't,
of
forget,
DiNardo.
you can't
Yeah.
forget a name. That's Iran.
There's
They go
about a-
together.
Definitely a Pittsburgh name.
There's about 100 of them, right?
Mhm.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it's a huge family in
Mhm.
Pittsburgh, the DiNardos.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
but Angelo Donato, it just sounds like he belonged in like a mafia. Angelo Donato.
Knowing that, he probably did somewhere. He lives in
Yikes.
Vegas, I think, or he used
Oh,
to live
look.
in Vegas.
Look.
Angelo, where are you at, Angelo? If you are listening or watching, where are
Mm-hmm.
you at right now? I don't specifically know. We just keep in touch through Facebook. My next one is another high school friend who's another Italian, John
What I
Bartolini.
say.
Bartolini. That sounds like one of the families off of The Godfather, right?
Right.
What I said?
John Bartolini.
Look, she in the mob over here. We already think, she pushing.
Then we have Keisha Lachey, Coach Stu Stewart, and then Sharita Shaw from I met her at Enlo.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday, y'all.
So happy birthday to everybody.
And we have a birthday shout out.
Uh-oh.
Eighth birthday, Miss Audrey.
Oh,
happy
happy
birthday,
birthday.
baby.
Happy birthday. Let me
Something
blow
like
up this
aunties.
screen because
I
I,
know,
can't
we
see
is
a
looking
damn
like that
thing.
big.
There
Oh,
we go.
there we
Now I
go.
can see.
Oh, this is much better. Leave it like this.
Okay. So happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday.
I am going to get on my shit because I am not. Here we go. And we got
You ready?
ready?
Mhm.
Yep, I'm ready.
All right.
Happy
go.
birthday, folks.
Y'all ready? Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to you.
And as always, as the quote says, continue to live your life in a way that makes life worth celebrating. From the
That's
Sibs.
beautiful. I like that. That's beautiful, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, we trying.
Thank you. We're trying to make it
Mhm.
do what it do.
Mhm.
Doing good. Y'all
All right.
doing good.
Doing good. All right.
Yeah.
So
Doing good boy and good girl things.
y'all know what's next. Entertainment news with Soul Fab Kim. So
All right.
we're here with entertainment news with Soul Fab Kim.
We are, y'all. So let's kick it off fast because we got a lot to get to. We have a packed show today. For starters, everyone's almost somewhat favorite Real Housewives of Atlanta, Portia Williams. She actually just filed for divorce. Now, this is shortly after hearing about her husband who got denied American citizenship due to a past history of crime and fraud. Some of those accusations are essentially of him doing bank credit card fraud, unauthorized use of a vehicle, identity fraud, as well as overstaying his visa. Now, some of these things were a few years back, but none of them were settled. But the crazy thing is, after this news dropped, literally the next day, it was like Portia is filing for divorce. Now, we don't know if that is the reason. She hasn't made any statement. He hasn't either. He's just showing off his teeth on social media. Ever since he got them teeth done, he has not stopped smiling.
As much as they cost, I'll blame cheese. Shoot.
He is living his life apparently on social media, so there's no word from the two, but there has been word that there is a prenup. So either way, Portia is walking away with something. And this is also going to be a part of her storyline because, as I told you guys, I believe last week, she will be back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So this makes for juicy context for people to be able to watch because we do know that their viewership has been in the dumps in the last few years. So, yeah, that's that.
I don't have nothing to say about
No.
Portia.
Okay.
Yeah, not a
Moving on.
fan.
Not a fan of Portia?
Nah.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on.
Her stories about Cordell Stewart were a bit fabricated.
Oh, really?
Whoa. That's why. Nah. I don't really.
You don't rock with her?
Nah. When she was pushing that narrative that man was gay, and when everybody's like that was not true.
Mhm.
Like,
Well, that's
stop
not, you
that.
shouldn't do stuff like that to people.
Yeah,
That's unfortunate.
she shouldn't have did that. And from that point, because that's what helped catapult her,
Mhm.
nobody would know you if it wasn't for that time that you spent with Cordell Stewart.
Mhm.
Come on, man.
We don't even know her for the simple fact that oh my gosh, her grandfather was one of the civil rights leaders. I can't remember what his name
She
is.
should have led with that. That's more
She
important.
did, but then she embarrassed him because
Oh,
she was essentially saying that she didn't know that the Underground Railroad, she thought it was an actual
She thought it was an actual
yeah,
railroad.
an actual railroad. Yeah.
And that was like, and I was looking at the clip to be like,
Mhm.
was she joking?
I
And her,
hope.
nope, her acting ain't that good. If it is, then she needs to be in a Tyler Perry movie.
Ooh.
It was
Burn.
not that. So I can clearly see that if you blow this ear and put paper on this side, that shit gonna flap. There ain't nothing in between there.
she thought it was an actual.
She thought it was
She
an actual,
can.
and like when she's looking at Candy, you can see in her face like, what?
But you mean to tell me like that's the basics of Black history you learn in school, even in church hell.
And your grandfather was a civil rights leader, so that doesn't look
She
good
don't
either
care.
way. So, needless to
Oh.
say,
So needless to say,
My
we
heart
have nothing
broken.
to
I
say
can't believe it.
about
My
her
heart is
or
broken.
her. What's the nigga Uncle Ben Rice looking?
No,
ass?
you leave some
now
of
you
that
really
in there.
Okay,
had
let's
nothing
go
to do
next.
with this.
Let's go on to Miss Wendy Williams. So we told you guys yesterday.
man.
Yes. There's
We're
more
back
here.
on Wendy.
Yes, we're back on Wendy.
Wow.
There's more here.
I feel bad for Wendy.
I
right
do too. So we
Oh,
told you that
why?
she's battling with aphasia and dementia.
Oh
but
no!
now, yes, and it's actually pretty bad and pretty advanced.
Mm.
So now the next issue is that her legal guardian, which we still don't know who the legal guardian is, it's not her sister, it's not her niece. So we're not quite sure who it is, but they are saying that they are trying to prevent this documentary or docuseries that's set to
Yeah,
come
they're
out
trying to
this
stop certain
weekend.
parts of it.
Yeah.
Why?
On Lifetime, because people don't want certain information out.
She done aired everybody else's business.
So, well,
Now we gonna be selective for her.
and it's not Wendy, it's
Mm-mm.
the Guardian who is saying this. But Lifetime doesn't care. They're going to go ahead and they're going to release the
They
documentary.
aired Whitney business.
It
Well,
did.
So you as a studio, you go ahead and release it because whatever the proceedings is, they're gonna make more money from people watching it. They'll
Oh, yeah.
pay her a little chump change.
Mhm.
They figure she ain't gonna know how
Dang.
much it is anyway.
And then if you say things like it's based on real events, but not quite, you can allow for some fabrication.
Okay.
There,
And
you
then
know.
what is Wendy gonna say? It's
And
not a
the
no.
next-
I'm not. Oh, see, that did come out wrong.
came
I'm
out.
tired.
Let's
What
go.
I'm saying about like, what is she gonna say? What can
Mm.
she's not in a position to say one way or the other.
Mhm.
So if the paperwork ain't right, that's the way the station's gonna look at it. What is Wendy saying? And we all know she's not gonna be saying too much about it. So they're like, F off, family. Where y'all been?
Ooh.
Because is that not the question? Like right now, like from the clips that we've seen, people have been asking, like, where have folks been? Like,
Mhm.
and now all of a
Yes.
sudden, because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So
Everyone wants to
Like
rush.
that. What's his name? Anna Nicole. That whole situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
girl.
that.
Mhm.
Okay.
let us exploit Wendy, because she did it to everybody else.
That's why I said.
Because
I
while I
don't.
while I don't like to see anybody lose their mind, like
Mhm.
that would be a sad way to go, to lose your mind or lose any facility. But you weren't the nicest person.
Mhm.
And so in some ways, like Method Man to this day swear to God he ain't sleep with her.
He did say that he did not sleep with that
He-
woman.
He
Well,
swears
she
I
said
believe
she
my
did?
man.
She said he did.
she said he
Mhm.
did. But then
All
he
you gotta do
was
is
they
ask
were
Corinne,
married.
she know.
He was married at this time.
That's what it looked like.
Because he's allegedly the guy in that book. All I'm saying. But
That's
she
it.
painted a perfect picture of that man. And moving on.
METHOD.
God, oh, he is so fine. Normani, Now, Normani, as you
I
guys
don't
may
know
all
who that
know,
is.
she is one of the young ladies from the Fifth Harmony.
Which picture?
She's the one in the middle. You're right on there.
Okay.
Yes. She's one of the ladies from Fifth Harmony.
God damn.
What is she
And-
riding? A penis?
No, it's a rocket. Look
Yeah,
like it.
Thank you, girl.
Oh.
Thank you.
You an idiot. Shut up. A penis
hell
kitty.
is this?
You think they're gonna let it? No,
That
way.
look like a big ass vibrator. What is it?
It does not.
It's
It
a
looks like a
rocket.
rocket.
It is definitely a rocket. And
You
so
tired. You know what you said that. You did. Now we squint. It looks like a rocket. I know one thing. Her
it is
chocolate ass
definitely
is
a rocket.
fine.
She is a gorgeous girl.
Put that
Gorgeous
picture. Put her
girl.
back. Damn.
Gorgeous girl.
She is fine.
So
Oh,
Normani,
there's the bottom part. All right,
Yes.
gotcha.
You know
Normani
what?
has been going through a lot lately, and a lot of people have been saying, like, when is she going to drop the album? When is she going to drop the album? When is she going to drop the album? Well, she did say that the album is set to be released in 2024. But what people need to realize is that Normani has been going through a lot with her parents. Her mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and shortly after, her father was then diagnosed with cancer.
Oh,
So she completely stepped away from the music scene to take care of both parents.
Yeah.
And now she is saying, okay, I guess now she's in a state where everything is somewhat okay,
Mhm.
so she's able to go ahead and drop the music because people have been asking, where is she at? So give her some grace. Allow this girl to be able to go through what she's going through, because I can't imagine. She said that she was trying to handle her emotions in, that state of dealing with both parents. I couldn't imagine what she was going through. It was tough dealing with one parent, but to deal with two. So happy to hear she's getting ready to release new music, because she does release really, really good music. She's a talented singer. So happy to see that she is on her way back.
Mhm.
but it's so unfortunate people take away her humanity because of her,
Mhm.
because she's an artist. Like, you all don't have access to her, the person. You have access to her art. So what she does
Exactly.
outside of entertaining y'all is none of y'all business. Let this woman grieve. Like,
Please.
is she not entitled to have a moment of grief? Both of her parents, and
Both.
she is caring for both of them, and while also in space where she has a high demanding job. There's a lot that's demanded of her. I can't begin to imagine what she's dealing with, not only mentally but emotionally.
Mhm.
Like, having to have so much, you're required to be so present in so many spaces at one time.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
So show her some grace. And I'm looking forward to her project, because, like I said, she's a talented singer,
Mhm.
really good songs. The last song she had was Wild Side with Cardi B, which was a dope track.
Mhm.
Did really well. So
Mhm.
we'll see what she has coming up with Dopamine. Like I said, no actual date, but it did say that the project was going to be released this year. So kudos to her.
Yeah.
Coming up next, for those of you who are fans of were you ever a fan of the show Girlfriends?
Yes, for a while I was.
You were? Did you
Mhm.
watch Girlfriends?
Which one was it?
The one with Tracy Ellis Ross and
I watched the reruns. I didn't watch it when it was on,
really,
Mhm.
but I've watched the reruns and had some chuckles.
really
Mhm.
okay. So
Kelsey
allegedly,
Grammer wrote that.
he did.
White guy wrote
did.
Girlfriends.
Frasier,
Yes, Frasier.
y'all may know, and wasn't he? in
That's what
Cheers?
made me actually go back to watch it.
And
Really?
that's why I said
When I
didn't
found that
really,
out.
But I enjoyed it in spurts. I think a lot of spaces they try to be innovative and inclusive. They miss the mark.
You
Now
think
that I'm
so?
old enough.
It's
now that
not.
I'm old enough, I think they tried. They
Living Single was better.
Thank you.
Mm.
They whitewashed Girlfriends far too much.
Mm.
Yeah, Living Single was far better.
They whitewashed it far too much,
Mm.
and I hate how they really made a lot of the characters look specifically to Black women. A lot of the things they did, they focused a lot on the stereotypes of Black women. I didn't like that. I really didn't.
Well, allegedly, according to one of the actresses on Girlfriends, I believe her name is Persia White.
Is,
That's what you're calling Lynn.
Yes, yes.
Uh-huh.
is this a picture?
It's a video. She is hinting that they may be actually doing a reunion and possibly rebooting the show. Now, I have heard from a lot of people. I didn't really watch Girlfriends like that. It wasn't my thing. But I know a lot of people where this show has a cult following, and they have been asking over and over and over again, like, what are you guys going to do? Is this going to come back? We want to know, blah, blah, blah,
Their
blah.
opening song was dope. Angie Stone
Angie
sang
Stone.
it.
Mhm.
Girlfriend,
That's
dance
right.
through thick and thin. You're my girlfriend.
In the slow walk.
Yes,
Yeah.
girl.
Kelsey did his thing, pandering Black women. Let's go.
Literally.
What, is this a video?
Yes, that's the video. So
Okay.
we can go ahead and play that.
The story as we leave Paramount Pictures. I'm going to show you the gates. one of the coolest stories is that when I was 14, it was the first time I visited California, I drove by these huge Paramount Picture gates. And I went, "What's that?" And my brother said, "That's Paramount Pictures lot." And I was like, I want to work there one day. And I remember manifesting and dreaming and writing it down like, that's going to be where I work one day. And when I got girlfriends and I had to drive in this lot every day to the nicest security, who is still here from all the way back then, they said hi. It was kind of surreal. So I say, just hold on to your dreams, man. No matter how wild and outrageous they might seem, hold on to your dreams.
And then she also tagged Kelsey Grammer and went in to say that they are possibly in talks and doing some work and letting people know, hold on, something big may be coming. So my question is to you, those of you who are watching, are you excited to see I was about to say Dream Girls, Girlfriend?
Almost Kim.
Reboot.
No.
Okay,
I feel like that they need to sing that song from what that is that like let it what you call them with the trees, let it die, let it
I don't think it deserves a reboot.
No, it did. Like it didn't need to do it. Like
It
the way
wasn't
that
better
it
than
ended.
Living Single.
But the way that it ended, how can you reboot it from the way that it ended?
I don't even remember how it ended.
All I know is they got rid of Tony. That's when I started watching it because I liked her because she was fine.
I just don't understand, what are we rebooting?
Right? Like what more do we need to
What are we-
know about these people? What they old, not old, but they're like more
They're
mature.
older.
Yeah,
That would
they're-
be like trying to reboot Living Single. What would we say?
You know what? I would actually accept a reboot of Living Single. And the reason why I say that, because I want to see Max owning her own practice. I want to see how big what it was, Color, what was the magazine?
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember.
Flavors.
Yeah,
I want to
Flavor.
see how
Mhm.
big Flavor got. I want to see what happened to Sinclair. She got kids. Like, this is when I hear reboot, this is what I envision for
Like
Living
Next
Single.
Generation.
Yeah, like I can see this. I can see in spaces where even Regine may have found her man, and maybe she got kids, and now she got little bougie ass kids and got little bougie ass grandkids. Like I can see a reboot from a Living Single, because Living Single gave us something. They added something to the culture that we had. And see, matter of fact, I had a assignment for my family policy class, and it was asking, the assignment was for us to take and think about a show we had watched as children, and that identified, with our family, dynamic. And I chose a Living Single. And the reason why it wasn't because of absence of men, because I know somebody probably think that, but it was because of the strong women that I saw. And I don't mean strong as in, we strong Black women, but no, those personalities, those endurance, those careers, those driven women, those in all those spaces, and the love. When we think about Sinclair and how she catered and loved on everybody, and she was the energy that kept everybody going. And I thought about that from the women in my family, the dynamics that I saw. Because even in space, when I think about was Obi, him. That was to me, he reminded me of my grandfather, always fixing something. I swear to God, that man would not hire nobody to do nothing to this day. But anyway, point is, so when I hear reboot for that show, I think it could use it. Girlfriends, I don't think Girlfriends added to culture besides, like I said, they whitewashed Black woman experience. They really did.
Don't nobody want to see old ass Queen Latifah.
I
more.
do. Because you
Because here's the
CBS
thing.
coin.
Here's the thing. All that, it wouldn't be their show anymore. It would be a whole bunch of new actors that we don't like. Their show was.
No, I mean bring them back. I don't mean bring.
But then how
them.
do we have Regine without a guy that's gonna mess that up?
No, I'm saying bring them back where they have much. Remember, they was in their 20s. They was young. I'm saying reboot it, but putting them in a space where they have matured. How did they mature? That's what I'm talking about. That's why I say Regine married. She got kids, little bougie grandkids, and
Them is all spinoffs.
That's
We want to see that same couch, that room,
No.
that apartment
No.
with the nniggas upstairs.
No.
When you start talking about
that
that type of growth, that's the spinoff, which she got. The Upshaws. Because she's bougie on there. She is. Mike Epps got to consistently tell her off about how bougie she is. Like, so those are, each one of those are spinoffs.
No, I'm just saying the collectively.
That's a
living
whole
together.
new show. A reboot is we're gonna do what we did. Like I don't know how Girlfriends can do it. You gonna put these girls back together again?
To do the same stuff. That
How
don't make
long are
sense.
we gonna
That's
leave
stupid.
these women lonely? Stop it.
Ooh, like I said, feed into all negative stereotypes
Yeah,
of Black
stop.
women.
Like,
They
stop
whitewash
that.
the hell out there.
Now, what I would like to see is what if Max and Kyle got together.
Mhm.
When that time happened, that was dope because
It
they
was.
showed how two people could have that type of friend relationship
Mhm.
because they capped on each other, but they still had respect for each other. But it was like back and forth, you know, she say something, he say something, but they loved each other.
Mhm.
Yay.
That would be a spinoff that I would definitely think that people deserve to see because, especially because those two characters, when they talked about it, they weren't even supposed to exist.
Mhm.
Max wasn't even supposed to be a part of the
I
show.
saw that clip of her saying that.
Mhm.
Talking, I was like, dang, that's why they put her across the street.
Mhm.
I say, dang, that's
Yeah.
she was too strong. See what I'm saying?
Too strong and
That's
too
why I
black.
said again, they whitewashed girlfriends.
Mhm.
They
And we
whitewashed.
do
that
have a
shit.
comment.
Sorry.
So it says they don't got to bring it back. I couldn't stand the show. I didn't relate or wanted to relate to any of it.
Agreed.
I
and
would
their one black guy was a cornball.
Really? Like he like, come on. He looked like he was on the doggone spectrum.
He was a shirt tucked into your jean guy.
Literally.
I
And
think
had
he
his collar
did.
pop because he said, I'm cool.
And then he gained a massive amount of weight. So
But he said
Wow.
he suffered from depression once the show was over.
And I believe because he can't get, I think in certain, like we'll talk about with Black Panther,
Mhm.
he probably couldn't get past that character. A
Mhm.
lot of
being William.
a lot of people in Hollywood they talk about that. Like what's the young man? I forget his name. They played Jordan in Bernie Mac show.
Yeah,
He talked openly
couldn't get
about
past it.
yeah.
And same thing with my man from the Jamie Foxx show.
Oh,
he
yeah,
talked
Braxton.
about Braxton. He talked about
Yay.
how people call him Braxton and it pisses him off. 'cause
Yay.
he couldn't get past that.
And so it's like
But when you
I
tried
can
to
see
be a drug dealer in that one movie, what was it, South Central?
Uh-uh.
That was terrible. That wasn't believable. So maybe that was what hurt you,
Oh.
not Braxton. You should have rolled Braxton out.
Yeah.
no, he should not. He's trying to get past that because he said he has
Didn't.
depth.
Well, so the next.
Speaking of terrible,
tried.
I keep telling y'all about this show, Love is Blind. And Love is Blind is hitting all the blogs, whether you like it or not. It is one of the most popular shows in pop culture.
We
So
love trauma,
the
don't we? y'all?
more and more we find out about the show, the crazier it gets. So one of the contestants on the show, Jeremy, or as I like to call him, Jeremy, because of the way it's spelled, we found out that not only is Jeremy engaged, but he was living with someone while he was allegedly casted to be on the show. So people are up in arms because it's like, wait a minute now, you are set to be married to another person. And we also found out that he was talking to the woman that was his second choice. He went and spent all night with her while he was engaged to the chick on the show that he chose. But he spent the night with the other woman that he was willing to choose. But then also we're finding out that you're engaged. So all around, this is messy. And now everyone is calling to Netflix and the casting director to say, how did you miss this? If you're supposedly deep diving into people's lives, if you're supposedly finding out who their exes are, so this does not happen, are you essentially trying to cause drama to get people to continue to watch the show? Because in the last season, even though they say they cast people that have no relation or have never met, there ended up being a couple that actually had a relationship, but somehow they both ended up on the show together, and it ended up being one of the major storylines. So what Netflix, I'm not even gonna say Netflix, Love is Blind producers, what is happening here? Because once again, you have someone that he is in this, experiment with. She decided to say, yes, I will take your hand in marriage, or yes, I will marry you. She doesn't know what's going on. She's trusting the process, and then you let her down, just like you let the last couple down. And it's getting to the point where it's getting really, really, really messy.
Two ways to look at it. One, it's all a part to keep people engaged in the storyline, to continue to watch it. Two, somebody's just not doing their job. You get what I'm saying? So it's only one of two ways. I'm going to go with the first one. Like, there's no way that you, in this world, in this age of technology and what you can look up about people, when I go apply for a job, you can't miss the fact that I'm married for this type of job. You get what I'm saying? You can't miss that, especially because I'm sure that woman herself would be like, hold the fuck up. Like, where you been, bruh? You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden it shows up on TV and she's going to be like, so this is where you were?
She cashing a check.
I was about to say, this is where, when I keep telling you, people take that money and then now, that's the hush money. You got to shut up about it. They may have liked his look or something like that and said, we're going to put you on the show anyway. And this is what we're going to do. This is the check we're going to cut. and you as wife or fiance, shut up, because we're gonna make sure you're straight, and then let's all go on with this.
Yeah.
Or they probably came up with the line together themselves, and she just like, oh yeah, it's fine.
It's cool.
They're gonna be like Derek Jackson
knew.
and his wife. She gonna be sitting there like a hostage. Like, yeah,
They knew.
With
we're
her
working
bonnet of
on
salvation.
things. We're working on things. Let me stop talking about the lady because I feel bad. That was terrible.
They getting paid.
That was a man. Guess I'm looking at Kim like,
Out of
you
all
gave
people
that
in the
too much
world,
energy.
See, I don't trust these shows. They are so scripted. Yes, a lot of these shows are scripted.
All of them were scripted, I
Yeah.
think.
You ain't just randomly bringing a whole bunch of people together and say figure it out, because there's not enough frustration. You know what I'm saying?
Because why, y'all, we are a society that like drama. We are addicted to toxicity.
We love it. So, but if we really let people be who they were on that show, there would be so much more frustration, so much more real. Like, you don't tell me you look like Megan Fox.
Here we go. So
And then
the
you
other
come
part.
from behind there and your chin is on the floor.
Wait a minute, what?
The chick that says she looked like Megan Fox and she don't, she looked like the old school
So-
McDonald's half moon thing, Mac tonight.
No. So
Yes.
Chelsea has since
Ouch.
apologized, y'all. So y'all can stop dragging her. She said that she is sorry. She never should have brought it up. You know, she apologized to Megan Fox for saying that, you know, she feels like she looks like her. Or people have told her that she looks like her. There was even a part in the most recent episodes where she asked her friends and she said, who do I most get mistaken for? And her friend said Megan Fox.
Wait a second. Why is she apologizing for her expressing somebody that she thinks she look like?
Because she's getting dragged. She is getting
Well,
dragged.
If she
what?
feels
gotta
that
apologize.
way,
She feel like she do that. Why is the
I don't think
problem?
she should have apologized for what
Hey.
she may personally
Mhm.
feel.
Mhm.
But I do think you should check what you say, because for reality purposes, I could be like, you know what, people mistake me for Denzel Washington. All y'all would be like, go to hell.
Well, you
Go
too
to
right,
hell.
first of all.
Go to hell right now. So then the people who are around her that allowed her to think that way.
Her friends.
That's not fair. Because if she generally thinks she looks like the woman, I don't see what the problem is.
Well, she didn't say that. She said that people mistaken me for Megan Fox.
That's why I'm saying I don't see the problem. I don't see what she did wrong. She thinks
Did
she
she
look like
tell
a
that
woman.
man that on that show?
Yes.
That's the
Well,
problem.
so
is.
what? So this is how
Right.
the conversation went. She said, and of course this was brought on by the producers. 'Cause they
Allow
prompt
him
them
to
with
allow him to
questions.
see that.
So she said, do you ever get mistaken for a celebrity? And he was like, no, not really. And she was like, well, I do. And he said, well, what celebrity? And she said, Megan Fox. And that's when his eyes lit up.
Megan Fox.
This man was sold.
Wow.
He was raring
Oh
to
my
go.
God.
He wanted to propose right then and
I got
there.
Megan Fox.
And then
So stupid.
when that veil lifted and he saw her, he said, you
At
have gorgeous teeth.
McDonald's, it's Mac tonight.
He said you have gorgeous
He
teeth.
said, you have gorgeous teeth.
And that chin looking like the Crimson Crusader from the Fairly Odd Parents. If you don't know it, Google it. She said, What do you hi? She
cut off his mic. Cut off his
she
mic.
hugged him chin.
Girl.
And you can tell she's insecure. Well, not insecure, but you can tell that she knew from his energy that he was disappointed because his face kind of looked
That's
like
gotta
that.
be heartbreaking.
And now when because
Okay.
like I told y'all, in the next portion
right.
of this experiment, they have to live together. So she's constantly looking for that reassurance because she's like, well, you haven't told me that you love me today. You haven't hugged on me.
Well, I
We're not
mean-
doing this. And he's saying things like, well, I bit my lip. So how am I supposed to tell you that I love
I mean, it's hard to tell you that
Wait
I
a
love
minute.
you when you made me believe.
Did
I
you eat
was-
that sandwich, mother? First
the
of all,
the crimson chin, cause yeah, the crimson
wait
chin.
a minute. You
She
couldn't
has a
tell me you don't know what you
strong
eat this
chin.
sandwich?
He said, I bit my lip and it hurts like hell. So it's been hard for me to talk.
I've been like, you gonna starve the night. How about that? Since your lip hurts so
I
bad.
don't understand. But at the point where he's saying that she came out looking like the half moon, couldn't he have
Somebody
said
cut off his
no?
mic.
Yeah. So then that's the other thing. The black guy that I was telling you about that was
Yeah,
with
that
the-
looks completely miserable.
yeah, that was with
That man can't even fake it for the cameras. He's like, I like dolphins. I said, damn, that's y'all conversation.
So if y'all are watching Love is Blind, there is Kenneth.
Saying you.
we
Kenneth!
should go do that. Meanwhile, she's like, then she tries to grab him. Like, she's like, so tell me about it. He was like, yeah, I have a dolphin keychain, but he's looking this way. I'm like, damn.
Kenneth,
If you don't like this woman, just say you don't like this woman.
Kenneth
But
is
he
a-
don't know how to say that.
He's a middle school principal, 26 years old, and
good for him.
he went ahead with Brittany. Brittany is a educator as well, so they
Nice.
really connected on that.
Nice.
I think that at some point maybe Kenneth thought that she was going to be black, so when he seen that she was a white woman, he was trying to fake the funk, but he just can't. He is one of those. He's like me, girl. He just can't fake the funk. Like,
He
at all.
said, so like, you know, you just gotta understand that like my family, you know, how they may approach this. And he was trying to be politically correct to be like, my family and you being white is gonna be a problem.
And
Then he fist bumped her. This is supposed to be with her. He's like, so we're gonna do this.
and
No.
it
I
didn't
said,
help. It did not help that the only other black woman on the show put it in his ear of how do you think your family is going to treat her? Because if y'all decide to have kids, she's going to be raising black children. Do you feel like she is capable to do so?
So what is funny is, so because we talked about this show, I'd said I'm gonna dive in it so that I can give dialogue to what some of it, you know. So I'm watching bits and pieces of it, and I'm getting into it. Like when I seen her do that, I thought that was foul. Here's why. Here's why I'm telling you I think it's foul. No different than you. Like if she wants to believe she looks like Megan Fox, cool. Don't tell. If I don't have the visual and I fall in love with the person, you planting those seeds is wrong as hell. Because I actually like who you are. Because I didn't get a chance to see anything. All we're doing is conversing back and forth. So if you presented a person to me, when that veil is lifted, even Mac tonight with the chin, if I like that
She's not a
person,
bad looking girl.
no, his woman, his white woman that he picked is all right. I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all gonna figure it out and work it out. We as black people, the first thing what your people gonna say? You know what? Fuck them. I died by myself. So who cares what my people got to say? If I finally, people are fighting too hard to find happiness. And even though I love my sister to death, if she ended up with a white guy, guess what?
Might happen.
Guess what? It's an L. It's an L that black guys, you got to eat the L. Because at this point in time, am I going to continue to stagnate because I'm trying to hold it down for the race for niggas who really don't give a damn anyway? Let's be honest.
Hey, Clayton.
You can have a preference, and I don't think there's wrong with having a preference, but this brother went through a process. And going through this process, you really like who she is.
He did.
Now, the fact that veil lifted and she's white, and you're like, oh shit. And then you was like, okay, you know what?
Maybe.
We'll work it out. And the sister's like, but what your family gonna say? And you like, damn, I didn't think about that. She was dead ass wrong.
But I think
'Cause
her
what if
question is valid. When from what I heard you say, Kim, she asked him if you all have children, she's going to be raising black children. Is she equipped for this? I think that's a valid question.
Black people ain't equipped to raise black kids. I deal with it every day. Being a parent and showing love. If you two have these kids together and you have biracial children, he's just as responsible for raising the black kid, and she's just as responsible for raising the white kid. The problem that we have is we immediately make that kid black. They're going to have a black experience. Yes, that's what the father's black ass is there for. But they're also going to have a white experience, and that's what she's there for. And guess what? We're not there yet. Here's where we're at.
Right, but we're still going to have we'll have a black experience before we have a white experience.
But we're going to have these experiences together.
I'm not saying, but the thing about, I understand what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is the question is valid because at the end of the day, although yes, she can give them certain, I'm not saying that she's not capable of being a mother. What I'm saying is these children are going to have certain experiences, especially if she has a daughter. These are certain experiences that her black father are not equipped to answer.
But he got black ass relatives that can help.
But it's not even just like
because
you
if
just
we
said,
care
it's the
about
mom
family, I don't
and
hear that
the
shit.
dad.
If we care about family,
hear about
because
it.
if you're talking about what your family gonna think, then my family should be there to help support because they understand that.
But I'm not
so
saying
if my black daughter,
I'm just saying
my black daughter
just
can't
her.
go to her black auntie and
That's not
find
what I'm
out what's
saying.
going on.
That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying at the end of the day, also we'll talk about, but it's just certain things that you go to your mother for.
It's wrong as hell to try to take somebody's happiness away from them.
But
I don't think she did. Well, like I said, I didn't watch the show, so my point was specifically about
Did he change his view after he asked that question? I looked at it.
That's what I'm.
Well,
this
maybe
is
I
where
should
I'm
watch
going.
the shows. I'll be quiet because I
Well,
don't
no.
know.
So this is what I'm saying. If y'all would give me a moment, because I know y'all two will go. Give me a moment. I don't think he genuinely really cared for her once he seen her from the start. I don't think there was nothing that AD could have said because he was so obsessed with AD and Clay's relationship, who were two black people, that it didn't matter what AD said. It was just more of just the icing on top of like, I really didn't want to rock with this white girl. But then AD saying it was just like, it's more confirmation of like, I probably need to leave her alone.
But why
because
do
you
these
knew you
people
really
not
didn't
walk away?
Huh?
Because
and that's the problem that people are having with Kenneth. So for those of you who are watching the show, they were saying, why didn't you say something sooner instead of allowing her to fall under this false pretense that you two are going to be together? Because once she was liking Kenneth, she put all her eggs in one basket. It was like, I only see Kenneth. Which I fault her for, because you still need to look around, date around, see who else you kind of like. But the thing is, he should have said something from the get-go, like, my preference and my strong preference is to be with a black woman. Because he just kept saying to AD and Clay, like, I love what y'all got. I love what y'all got. I love this. I love this. So I think that's what he was wanting. And he couldn't actually achieve that with Brittany. Not to say that he couldn't be happy with her, but I don't think that's what he
How many
wanted.
black women started this show?
Nigga, that's the issue. Because there's always a ton of black girls, and then they never really make it to the final cut. There's always like one or two couples.
So then that's where we need to start. Damn, how it figured out. You need more black people on the show. You need a more diverse crowd. Because then basically, if there's only one, I only see one black woman, two men. So it's only a 50-50 shot.
And we are in Charlotte. That was the one thing that disappointed
This
me.
is
I'm
Charlotte?
like, it was in Charlotte.
Wait a minute, what?
Yes, it's in Charlotte. And this was the cream of the crop. This was the best.
You
that
know
y'all
what?
could
Get off. I'm going home.
This was in
I'll be
Charlotte.
back
It
at
was in
7.
Charlotte. They had more black people in their Seattle season than they did in their Charlotte season.
The Queen City, and this, you can only pull out one sister.
They had two. It was a light skinned girl, but obviously
Nobody picked her.
Not that we know of.
So I jumped in once I seen the
Like I
boat
say, I ain't
thing.
seen the show, so I need to be
So
quiet.
that was the second portion.
That's the second portion. That's after they picked.
Mm-hmm.
So prior to them picking, was there more than one black woman on this show? There was two. Nobody picked her.
No, not that we know, because sometimes they will have matches or they'll get married, but they won't make it to the final filming. So there are couples who will get married off of the show, but they won't show up.
So the brother's taking a check. Because see, at a certain point in time, you know, I don't want to do this. And his body language and everything is, I don't want to do this. But you're riding this out. So it's either a contract or it's a check.
I was getting ready to say probably contrary.
I mean, but the one thing I have seen that has been a trend is once they make it to that honeymoon, there have been multiple people who have said, I'm not doing this.
Oh wow.
I'm done. Like,
So what's the process now? Like, so what happens next? Like, so they're dating now?
So now they after they come home, they have to see each other's houses, then they live together in a shared space that isn't each other's house. It used to be one of the other's house, but they nixed that. They get an apartment. Then you meet the friends, you meet the family, and then after you meet the friends and family, then they start introducing the people who were in the pods that you did not pick. So there may be
Do
somebody.
you have a chance to pick those people?
You can.
Oh, so he can get his black woman in.
So he can. But if you don't decide now that no, I don't want to do this, I'm not in this, you go all the way to the altar to tell that person no. So if you're rocking with it and you're like, let's just, let's keep going, because then you go through the dress fittings, you go through the
that's
the
too
suits, you have your
This
you do all the wedding stuff.
traumatic.
Yes,
That's too much.
Yes,
This is
you
traumatic.
do all the wedding stuff, and
Oh my
then
God.
the day of the wedding is when you make your decision. So you very likely are leaving somebody at the altar brokenhearted, and
That's
that has
too
happened.
much.
This
multiple
is
times.
traumatic.
That's too much.
This is what we have reduced love to, and finding love. Give me a cat. I got good
This is
vibrators.
like on hot
God.
tub time machine, choosy doozy.
Yeah.
Where you on there and they're like, crowd, what do you want? We want them to sleep together. That's always two men sleeping together. And now they stuck there like, we gotta do it. Like, this is terrible.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
That is Love is Blind.
That
Now that's the one thing I don't agree with the show. Don't make me go through the whole process of picking my dress, my bridesmaids, and we cake, venue, all of that, and then I'm literally going to the
Somewhere,
wedding.
and I would have to.
I'm walking down the altar to see you. We're exchanging vows, and then they say, "Do you take this person?" And then that person says, "No, I'm punch you in your damn face." Because why did I do all this?
Yeah, that's a lot.
This
That
is
check better be
traumatic.
good.
Forget all that because it's not worth it. Like it's the up.
You did. So should we follow the interview that you have? You have an interview with one of these people.
Oh yeah. If you guys want to see the interview, I actually talked with one of the young ladies from season 4.
And she was pretty. Did she get picked?
She did not.
What?
She did not.
So here's the bigger question. Over our little rant, fuck all that. Here's my question.
Well, that happened.
No, because here's the question I got. Niggas, where are y'all? I asked a question on Facebook on my page. And y'all can go look. I asked brothers.
Yeah, they cursed out last time you asked question, but quiet over there.
I asked the brothers, how many brothers do y'all got that y'all could truly trust? And the brothers was asked, oh, I got about 20. I got 5. I got this. Where the fuck are y'all? I know right now I have a woman, at least one, from 60 down, that is single, beautiful, had their own thing, and willing and open to date, but can't find suitable date. I'm not even saying people to have relationships with, suitable people to even go out on a date to have a solid fucking conversation. We've had multiple brunches here, and it's nothing but women. If I were single, this is like jackpot. You know what I'm saying? Where are y'all? And I'm saying it as a man, like, I'm starting to get worried. Are we that outnumbered, or are you niggas that lazy?
Lazy.
Because there's two things. Because there's either some warm legs opening up that's not challenge you to do anything, which, you know, that's what we like, or we're outnumbered. It's one of the two. Because I cannot fathom why I'm seeing this same narrative over and over and over again. And I used to think, oh, it's Pittsburgh. Nope. I know people that's in Charlotte, and it's a lot of black people in Charlotte. EJ is in Atlanta. A lot of people in Atlanta. Raleigh.
Philly.
What is the issue? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know. And I think as men who are, we got all this group of men. I literally got the post. Y'all can go on my Facebook and look at the post. We got men after men proud of how many niggas I got in my crew. Are we looking at these niggas saying, hey, bro, what's up? Like, or are we celebrating the fact that they just knocking down people that they probably shouldn't even be knocking down? Because we having sex. There's no shortage of children. But there is a shortage of functional relationships. There's 2,300 kids in the school that I go to, so there's no shortage of kids, but we don't have relationships. What's going on? And I think it's the men to answer, because we are outnumbered. We do have more options. So why aren't we seeing more women in these relationships? In successful relationships. And then my cousin Jay, she's in the community. She says the same thing. She's in the community too. Why can't people get their shit together to where we can actually coincide to have functional fucking interpersonal relationships?
I don't know.
What is going on? Then we go on shows and be like, please, let's let this work.
And most people on the show will say that, like, I've tried the dating thing, I've tried to go out, and I've tried to meet people, but it hasn't worked. So then they're like, well, let me try Love is Blind and see if I can find somebody on there. And it has worked for some couples. There have been success stories. Are all of them successful? No. Like I said, season 4 is probably the most successful. And like I said, the most black people that I've seen, which is crazy. But for the most part, I don't know, because there are a lot of black men and black women who are on the show, but somehow it's like two ships passing each other.
Well, clearly it's structured for them to be passing each other.
We got to create this platform somehow to where we can at least celebrate people. I'm not saying every encounter has to be a encounter for successful relationships long term, But we just got to get successful relationships where we can have conversation and be like, you know what, it don't work, but we can be cool as hell and then move to the next person.
Can we have
Like, what
a
the
matchmaking show? But the thing is, I don't know any single men. I know plenty of single women who are phenomenal, but I don't know any single men. And I'm seeing that more and more where people are trying to do speed dating and stuff like that, but they have a hard time finding single men. Whether or not they want to do it or whether or not there is any sort of availability is, I guess, the question.
Because these weirdos is at home asking, what do you bring to the table?
I think it's layers.
tired of
It's,
this
it's a lot of layers to that. And I was getting ready to mention something, not specifically that, but it's many layers. I think right now,
I'm sorry.
you're like my
Don't distract her.
I'm sorry. Back to it.
Anyway, but I think, like I said, there's many layers to this. As I'm listening to everybody and I hear what's being said, but it's some things that we really have to identify. One being, we are a society that was literally forced to be amongst ourselves for 2 years, and we were just thrown back into the world. There's a lot that needs to be unpacked with that. And I really think we have to consider COVID in more spaces than we are. You know, we have a good understanding of the physical, effects that COVID had on us. But now it's time that we tap into the emotional and the mental. We left everybody in their houses with all this access to this. So everybody just sat down and they just expressed and they yelled and they screamed because we're all frustrated and we're hurt and we're grieving all together. And everybody's just looking for validation, looking to be loved, looking to be heard, looking to be seen. So then you got the people from all many spaces. I'm going to name some names of people I honestly don't know and haven't followed their work, but I just keep hearing them in different spaces. In particular, the gentleman, Kevin Samuels. We have him speaking all, in his, things that he was saying, expressing himself. And it wasn't coming from, not saying he wasn't educated, but it wasn't coming from an educated space, meaning he had credentials. He was in studies. It was just a lot of him talking about personal experiences. And then you have other people who had the same experiences, and now we're all together. And now I hear you. This is right. You're right. So now we're in spaces, not everybody's attacking. And we was in this for 2 years. And then you had people like the other gentleman, Derek Jackson. Outside of his actions, outside of what he did, right? Just his work, just focusing on his work. He was talking about all the things that he himself bring it to light in, with men. And women are in space where it's like, you know what? Yeah, he right. I feel this. So again, now all of this hurts. We're all right here. And you got all of this hurt. And now we're all right here. And we're all stuck at home. And we don't know what we're doing. We don't know how to move. We don't know how to get here. And then we got kids. We got family. We're watching the death toll rise every day. Like we literally grieve together as a nation, as a globe. We grieve together. So it's all of this hurt that we're all holding on to. And now we're in spaces where we're back. Like I said, we were thrown back into the world. And so y'all figure it out. Y'all be fine. This is the new normal. Deal with it, which is how the world is really shaped, unfortunately. So now we're in spaces where we had these people like, you know what? I want to be loved, but guess what? I don't even know how to be loved. I've been set in this house and all these things on. And then you've been in the house with somebody, you realize you ain't like this motherfucker. I mean, can I say that? Okay. You ain't like this motherfucker, right? So now guess what? I don't even want to be with you. I don't even want to be with me. I don't even like these kids. I don't like nothing. And it's all these different spaces that we have not thought about. So when I think about these shows and I'm hearing the amount of work that people are investing into these spaces as they are navigating what a relationship could look like for them, it's a lot of trauma, and it's more trauma, and it's more trauma. And we're not focused, but we're not identifying the layers to this that got these people here, that got us where we are. I say this all the time. I know I've said it to you, Kim, but we are a society of disconnected people yearning for connection. And this is how these people are moving. Like the fact the guy, he was like, they said what the woman, Brittany, I forget the guy's name.
Kenneth.
Yeah, Kenneth. I can't forget that. Anyway, but Kenneth and Brittany thinking about them when he in space, well, wasn't it? He probably couldn't because he doesn't know how to.
Mm.
Well, like when I tell you, I've been in spaces with people like, I talk to anybody. I be like, hey, love, how you doing? Look at me like I didn't curse them out because people don't know how to engage. We just don't know. And so when I hear you saying like, where are all the single men? They don't know. Just like women, we are now in spaces where we are depending on each other because this is what we are. And like I said, so many layers to this. And I'm not negating saying that all these people, aren't, in wrong for what they're doing. But I really think if we're really trying to really understand where we are right now, we really got to start breaking down some layers like an onion. Like, this shit terrible.
That was with a hug. Niggas, I'm going to tell you straight up. Get your shit together.
Well,
That was with a hug. I ain't got to hear it because if you can get on fucking TV.
He said that because he got his wife at home.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it because don't sit here and complain and not do the work to fix, right? We have a platform, right? We have a platform. We have to figure out how to use our platform to negate the shit that we see. Because just like my one man said, damn, all you got to do is have a what do you say? Air dried beard, braids, and a hat, and you can get on and tell women what they are and what they're not.
Dang.
See, that's how I feel. Like right now, men, we can gather up and say, fuck these hoes. But y'all fucking these hoes. It ain't like you saying, you know what, fellas, we gonna chill out real quick.
Okay,
we gonna get our shit together.
Then when are you gonna create the platform to take together?
I already started the wheel because I asked these men.
What are you besides the wheel? When you gonna start spinning that wheel? When you gonna add some stuff to this wheel? You gonna get two wheels? Or just the one wheel?
Here's what we do. Because here's the first thing that I feel everybody, men and women, need to do is first make sure you're good enough to have these conversations, right? So as a person who's done the work and is currently doing the work, it's like, all right, so then let's do this work together. Because the one thing that men don't do, that women do is fellowship. Y'all get together quicker to do things than we do. Just like one man made a great comment on my thread. He said, I might actually have more guys, but I don't know if my ego will let me talk to them. Which
that's fair.
That's very true for us.
I get it.
He said, I might have more men that I could trust, but I don't know if my ego will let me do it.
I get it.
Those are the walls that we got to get around because we're sitting on that.
Didn't I just say it was layers to this?
And so,
now you gonna holler at me?
No, because that was with a hug. You said it sweet. That was a nurturing way to say it. I'm not denouncing anything that you said, but sometimes we got to hear this straight up from men. It's time to get our shit together. Because what we see when we start scrolling is just men, one after another, talking shit. And it's not taking us anywhere.
No, I don't even think I just think it's a bunch of hurt men hollering. That's what I see.
I
just
agree.
Hurt men hollering. It looked like little kids just screaming, "Mommy, hug me,"
and doing it for likes and to go viral.
Cause mommy hug me.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I know I'm sorry. I mean to holler at you, baby. You know I'm a Southern girl. I'm passionate. I be hollering. I get loud and talk with my hands. I'm passionate. I'm Southern.
Do you want me to read that?
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you are saying about having to reconnect after COVID. I agree. But my thing is, as an adult, how hard is it just to be kind to people, be considerate, empathetic to people? No, instead, they think it's funny to videotape treating people wrong, and these kids are following suit.
We weren't doing that before COVID. And I'm not saying because you're right. I understand. I do agree with you on that. But we didn't have those practices prior to COVID. COVID just made it worse because we saw the truth of people.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying COVID is not a problem.
No, I'm not saying but I'm just add commentary to Jasmine, her message. But yeah, like you are right. Absolutely. It's not as you would think. It's not. Those are very simple asks. They are very simple asks. However, we didn't have these habits prior. How can we have it now? These are one things people was doing before then.
So this is the second person that we've asked. Because we asked Vernon, and once again, I like to ask people of different age groups. And she sat there and said, I don't think we can get back together again. And she it was genuine. Like she took time to think about it.
What was the question?
The question was, how do we fix it? Do you see us being able to get back together again and be able to get to a communal sense? And she took her time and she was like, I don't think we're going to be able to get back to that again.
Let me process that. You said the question is, how can we fix it? Or
How can we get back? So now that we see what we see, everybody, all the cards on the table, and we know what we're dealing with. Do you see it as a point where we will get to a space where we can have these conversations without them being angry and have our community come back together to where we support one another, even if we don't necessarily agree? Because as a whole, that's not happening. So do you see us being able to get back to that, or are we doomed? Now, I've asked two fellas said, I think we're doomed. I've asked Ms. Varna, and she said, I don't think we're going to be, she didn't say we're doomed, but she just said, I don't think we're going to be able to get back to that. So then I'm asking you the same question. How do you feel? Because we know what we know, but is this sustainable? Because I think just like Jay said, our kids are watching. So is this sustainable for, let's say, a kid that's, what is it going to look like for a kid that's 3, 4, 5 years old when they get 30? If this is the pathway that we're continuing to go down. Like, we got to get, and I'm not saying that because I want you to process it and maybe come back to it another time, because that's something that I feel, because I see it with the kids prior to COVID. And now, because this is the first time I've been in a school year for an entire year, this shit is different. But what I will say is they are mimicking us so much. They're mimicking what they see in scrolling. And it's like, how do we fix that? So now the conversations, the angry conversations between men, women, or just adults in general, that same cadence is carried out with our children. You hear it in the hallways of just talking reckless to one another.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
So then now, how do we fix it?
As I think about that, I think how we can start is that it's going to require individuals to sit with self in ways that we don't. I think it's going to require individuals to literally sit and be uncomfortable and not feel good, because we are a society fixated on feeling good. It don't matter what's going on. The minute you feel bad, you can find something instantly to make you feel good. You annoy, you pick up your phone, you scrolling through your timeline. We're always in space of trying to not feel. So we're moving from these spaces where we're not feeling. And I think where we can start is, like I said, just individuals genuinely sitting with themselves and being uncomfortable and starting there, because it's some things that we have to figure out on our own before we bring us to anybody. How can I share me with you when I can't even share me with me? And I don't even know what that look like. So I see why so many people are saying, no, we're just lost. I don't think it's a lost cause. I just think we are at a lost cause right now. But in order for us to, and because think about it is, I don't think there's a fixing. I think what needs to, maybe it's restructuring, because unfortunately we have to be honest that this is our normal. But how can we restructure this so that way this does not become a stagnant space that we're currently in? So I think, like I said, just sitting with self, genuinely sitting with self and dealing with those spaces where you don't feel good, you're not happy, and genuinely just being with you, and then in spaces where you're lending that to somebody else. Because we're in space where we know we won't. I have asked so many women, like on dates, and I'll ask, like, what are you looking for? What do you want, right? If I've even asked guys, or just in general conversation, asking people, I'll say rather, and I'll say, what you want? What you looking for? People will start telling me what they don't want before they tell me what they do want. So again, we're still, it's not that we're lost, we're just lost. We're lost right now. And I really just,
so you're hopeful.
I'm always hopeful, because I believe in love. Yeah. And not even for my love for people, just love for myself. Like, if that's the case, then, and I'll just be honest and be very transparent, like in spaces where I have dope.
Where?
With Jasmine.
This one?
Yes.
Mhm.
She said, it's sad to say, I think it would have to take a world tragedy like 9/11 for us to even try to come together. But if this is the pathway we are continuing, I hate to sound like old folks, but at this point, us with common sense just waiting on Jesus to come back. I feel the same way. I think it's going to take some sort of tragedy or something.
We
where
did COVID.
Hey, give me a moment. It's going to have to take something that relies for us to really deep down inside collectively to come together, because we didn't come together in COVID. We were all separated in our own
Fighting
homes.
over milk and bread.
Yes, it was survival. But when we see tragedy, that's something that's on our own terms as far as the United States or whatever, then I feel like, okay, we need to do something, because there was a sense of unity with 9/11. Like everyone wanted to love on one another. We cared. We were patriotic. We love America. We love each other. Love. But COVID taught us it's okay to just be by yourself, because you have to quarantine. Don't go out there. Don't do this. Don't be that.
You better not cough.
Right.
That's
that.
fair. That's
Don't
fair.
cough.
That's fair.
Don't
Yeah.
sneeze. Don't
You
stand
better not
next to me
cough.
6 feet, whatever have
That's
you.
fair.
So it is going to have to take something major. I mean, you see how people were acting when AT&T had outage, yesterday?
Yeah.
People were
going
losing
nuts.
their minds because they didn't have. Now I
I
understand.
know what's that. I just learned about that today. That's how much I've been in my house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I ain't know nothing.
When I heard about it, I was like, okay. But people panicked. I can't call anybody. Is it emergency? No. Is anybody hurt? No. Is anyone dying? No. So what is it? If they're going to fix it, relax. But I people don't, like you said, people don't know how to be uncomfortable. They need their phones. They need to be, wired to technology. They need because they don't know how to sit with themselves. And it's sad. It's sad. Also, it's 7:12 and we have a guest.
I
So
know.
we
And you got
officially-
sex. You got to say it, Kim. How you say it?
Oh, we officially have to get into our sex unbanned segment.
My friend is so fine.
Play tennis. So are you.
Hey, chill. Why are you the way you are?
Oh no, we had this discussion off
I
air.
forgot. Yeah, that's right. We learned. It's okay.
We learned. You are
My friend.
The panic was real.
We need help. We need.
It
Okay,
was.
we stopped.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
panic was
people.
real.
My coworker called me. I can't call anybody. Okay, girl, well, don't call me.
I know you calling me. Clearly can't call somebody.
I don't give a damn. Don't call.
That's all I keep. That's how you
I
get
didn't
you a break.
experience any.
I didn't either. My phone was just fine.
But
I
Get T-Mobile.
I have.
That's why I was like, I ain't know none of this
I ain't
happened to the
experienced
day.
none of it.
No.
Somebody told me today it was a strange lady in the store talking about her phone. I was like, what are you talking about, ma'am? Because I couldn't. I was like, oh, you didn't hear about the outage? I'm like, no.
It
Where
didn't
were
affect
you?
me.
Home.
No.
I was in my house.
I was working. I'm like, doodaloo, 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 doo.
Listen.
Andre 3000. Okay, so we have a guest.
Yes.
Should we play the intro first?
You better.
Oh, okay.
Can we
Who's
go to
that?
break right fast? I gotta put my stuff because it's sex on man. I gotta get my stuff together. I was with the Sibs. Now it's me. Me.
Oh, how long is that going to take?
Ain't nobody say that when y'all was up here kicking.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
gonna get worse.
Yeah, it is.
I agree.
All right, so then we are going to switch gears. Sheena, hold on. She's backstage. Hey, girl, how you doing?
Okay, lips is lipping.
I know, right? Give us a moment. We are going to take a quick pause, and then we'll be back with Sex Unbanned. So keep it locked right here. So for all of you who had your questions that was hitting me up in my DMs, sex, things like that, she's here.
Ooh, hey, y'all.
She is here. So ask your questions now. All right. So we're going to take a quick break. Keep it locked. Don't go nowhere. It's TDS Radio, our voice, our culture.
I'm going to my computer. That's all. Wait. Baby. Go right on here. I'm ready. My stuff up.
Which one is it? This one?
Not the C, baby.
Here we go.
All right, my mic is humming, so I'm sorry, y'all. It's TDS Radio. Your girl So Fab with
Coach Block.
yes, and no other than Tyrannika the Chappelle.
My girl.
It is officially Sex Unbanned.
Y'all know.
And we have a guest today, but
Yes, yes.
I'm going to let you take over the reins. I have your questions.
Okay.
So let us know whenever you want your lovely, lovely guest that has been so patiently waiting backstage. We appreciate you to come up.
Yeah, so she can go ahead and come up. We'll just have her come up and we're gonna say our hellos, you know, our greeting. Yes, that red lip is everything.
Hey y'all.
Looking like a baby doll that you are. Hello, gorgeous. Up, Kenny. Oh, there we go.
Where's she at?
Okay, I ain't go nowhere. No, look, I had answers from the last part of the show.
Why does
Oh,
she think he's disappearing?
I don't
oh,
know.
hold up. Wait, got some tech
Let's
issues.
try this. Those
There we
like
go.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yes, my love. Well, hello, gorgeous. Hello. Thank y'all. I am so excited for tonight's episode. It's so funny because it literally just kind of it was a good segue. The ending of the Sibs was a good segue into Sex Unbanned because of the topic that we have tonight. Tonight we are talking about dating burnout. And who child do we have a show for y'all? But before we get into it, we want to do like we do, but I feel like we've already, you know, said hello. But for all those who are new to the space or, you know, joining in and, you know, just check back in like we do, y'all. Happy Friday. How are you feeling? How are you feeling now? I
I'm
asked how
good.
you feeling now because, you know, you had some time to decompress, you know.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm tired, but I'm good.
That's
I'm
good.
here.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Kim, how you feeling, baby?
I'm feeling good. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm feeling good.
Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Go ahead and put this back down because that sounds crazy.
Yes, Miss Sheena Michelle, how are you feeling on this Friday?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
Okay. Me, I'm good. Like I said, today I had a good day. So today I described my day as a potluck day. It was just a day of different things, but it was all good stuff. It was just very random things that happened today, but it was all good stuff. I enjoyed my Friday. So we're gonna go ahead and go into it. I'm gonna start with, you know, our two questions like we do.
Want me to go ahead and do it?
Yes, my love.
Okay, so the first question is from a female follower. It says, I am a lesbian who doesn't enjoy strap-on sex, and I find that many women do. Is lesbian sex considered sex without a strap-on?
This was a very good question. And honestly, I'm finding there's so many women who enjoy and engage in female on female sex, well, vulva on vulva sex, sorry. This is something that's considered and I talked about a lot. To answer the question just directly, yes. No. Lesbian sex does not only consider strap-on. Like sex, first of all, is very subjective. So sex is whatever you consider to be sex. Just talking about sex can be considered sex. Kissing can be considered sex. You have oral sex. You have anal sex. There's so many variations of sex, right? So strap-on sex is just another variation of sex. So like I said, to answer the question directly, yes, lesbian sex is considered sex without a strap-on sex, without a strap-on. Like it does not require a strap-on to be considered lesbian sex. And if you're in space with someone, or you must say you just don't enjoy it, you don't have to have strap-on sex. You can always consider maybe engaging with people who maybe that's not their, you know, their preference either, or in space where maybe, you know, navigating this with somebody who does enjoy it, maybe talking about different ways where y'all can do it less, or maybe if it's just a hard no, it's a hard no. Don't bend on it. What you want is what you want. And if it doesn't bring you pleasure with your body, don't do it. You should not. You should never do anything with your body that you genuinely do not want to do. It is your body and you have to say so at all. At every time, every point, all costs is your body. You do what you want with it. So yeah. Y'all have anything to add today?
Yeah. The
What's that?
definition, you're 100% correct. And for those who be like, what she's saying ain't right. No, the definition of actual sex is sexual activity. So don't fog up the window trying to figure, oh no, well, this, that. Sexual activity is considered sex. And be safe.
Absolutely, always safe, and including safe is consent. So if you are not consenting in strap-on sex, then no, it is not sex, and it's not sex that you should be having, or someone should be having with you, rather.
How about our guest? Do you feel the same?
First of all, she covered everything. As soon as I thought of something, I was like, oh well, she said that already. But yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree. It's very subjective, and it's also very fluid. So there doesn't have to be a hard line in any one act. So meshing acts, mixing acts creates that person's definition. So it's, in a sense, it's the same thing, but yeah.
I agree. All right.
Oh, Jesus. So question number 2, this is from a female follower as well. I have a few toys that I haven't used in a while. Should I throw them away? When should you throw them away?
Ooh, when I tell y'all, I sat and read that question and was like, yay. And the reason why is because we are a society of consumers, right? And there are so many people, like those who enjoy makeup like myself, or nails like myself. Yes, my nail tech on the other end. We get in space where we will take and have a whole bunch of product. What they call it, product junkies. So the same thing when it comes to toys, like you can have so many and you're not even using them. So it's like, why am I holding on to these things that are no longer bringing me pleasure? Now that in space with me, you may go back to a toy that you once liked, because sometimes you go through things like, oh, I don't like you right now, but I'm feeling this one. So you have those, and sometimes you got your old faithful, like, you know what, I know you gonna get me there. However, for those that's not always in, that's not your old faithfuls or whatever, but to answer the question, should you throw the toys away? If you're not using them, they serve no purpose. Why are you holding on to them? Throw them away. Make room for something new if you decide to, but don't hold on to the toys that they're just not, unless you do it just maybe it got sentimental reasons. Whatever you feel is best. I just say throw them away because I'm wanting to get rid of stuff. If it don't please me, yay.
Can we talk about this closet?
Whoa.
Don't you tell a lie on our show.
Shut up. Clothes is different. Clothes and shoes is different. That don't count. Clothes and shoes don't count. She said toys. She ain't said clothes and shoes, Kim.
I'm one to throw away. Lies.
Shut up. Don't be worried about what's in my closet. That's why I don't be telling her nothing, because she fucking knows it. Anyway, like I was saying, I was interrupted like her damn brother. I know he didn't do nothing. Shut up, you the lying fire. Shut up. Anyway,
my black ass business.
Like I was saying, I'm wanting to throw toys away because I'm just not gonna hold it. If it's not bringing me pleasure, I'm not gonna keep it. If it don't make me feel good, it gotta go. It just gotta go. That's just how I roll. But anyway, as far as like when should you throw toys away, that is a very good question, and I love this question. You should throw toys away when they are no longer charging. You should throw toys away when they are not working properly. If the motor itself is making noise, or you see something is out of place, or if it's a toy that moves around, if you're feeling like the joints is not they're not connected, if something is just not right, get rid of the toy. You shouldn't be using it. You should throw the toy away if there is damage to the actual material. Because what's happening is you can't properly clean that toy because it's holding on to other things. So if there's damage to the material, throw the toy away. Depending on the type of material, you shouldn't have it for too long. For those who enjoy like the jelly material toys, those I never recommend holding on to those for too long. And I say that because those are very porous material. The material is very porous. So even those that are like the cyber skin toys, those are even they feel amazing. I would not lie. They feel amazing. However, they are very porous. So holding on to them for too long, it can, lead to other issues, right? So just throwing those away. You should throw those away. Now, a time frame and when you should throw them away, that's really going to depend on you. I will say my cyber skin toys, I probably have never kept one longer than a year unless I broke it, and then I gotta get another one, of course. But like for the most part, I've never kept it past a year. It's time for another one for me. But that's just what I feel to be safe for me. Those toys that have like the aluminum coating. Once you see cracking in those toys, throw them away. Those are no longer safe. What else? Glass. If there's ever a case where you have a chip in your toy, you should not be using it. It's not safe. Throw those toys away. Same thing with your steel toys and wood toys and gems, all of those things. So again, if there's damage to the material, get rid of the toy. If it's not charging, get rid of the toy. If there's damage to the actual joints of those toys that move, get rid of those toys. If it sounds funny, shaking funny, let it go. Just get you a new toy. So yeah. What about you guys? Am I missing anything? Anything to add to that?
No.
Oh, you know what? I want to add something too, fellas, because I don't want to miss that point. Those gentlemen who play with toys, being mindful of your toys also, because those toys are because there's that soft material, they're also very porous. So being mindful not to hold on to those toys too long either, and making sure when you're cleaning them, you're storing them properly. Like, so something like, when you take your toy, you're cleaning it, making sure you let it air dry properly, make sure you pad dry properly, making sure you do all those things before you put it back. So like I said, yeah, gentlemen, y'all too, I want to add y'all that too. Again, with the porous material, don't keep it too long. What?
I got jokes and it's serious. So we're being serious right now.
What's the joke?
They ain't doing that.
I mean, I just wanted to make sure I cover
sock drawer just like everything else.
I just wanted to cover all bases.
Crusted.
Ooh.
Crusted and shit. I ain't cleaning that shit.
Why are you so nasty? Why is he the way?
Did anybody watch Mike Epps special? What was one of the jokes he had? Ew. Man, y'all need to wipe y'all ass better.
Ew, that's nasty.
Just saying. Y'all, we've discussed this on this show about just hygiene. So you think they're gonna climax and be like, you know what? Let me clean this.
Well, whenever you clean it, just make sure you do it right and put it away. That's all I'm saying. Dang.
It's in the sock drawer stuck to a bad sock. See, I said you was being serious. You asked me.
No, you know what I did? I can't even be mad because you could have kept that one to yourself. Hey, that's nasty.
Any men who say different, then put it in the comment section. I bet you're gonna get one.
You ain't right. Low down.
I'm just saying.
Low down. Do you have anything to answer that? Because we need a good segue now.
Nah, I'm just sipping my juice because I'm like, mine don't last a year to get rid of them. So I was like, I should just not say anything. Just sip on my empty glass of whatever this is I just poured. It don't have no alcohol in it. So
keep it right on moving.
Yes. Well, friend, whenever you do keep one alone, just hold on nice to it, I get it, girl. Look, sometimes it be like that. Anyway, so
go ahead.
Yes, we're gonna give. I appreciate the questions. I hope we were able to answer. I hope I was able to answer them in a way that you feel like it was clear. And if not, please send me a message. Let me know if I'm missing something or you have anything else. Those who have questions, please stop sending a Kim. I be wanting to know this stuff. I tell you this all the time. What's up? Talk to me. I promise you, I'm very sweet. Forget you, Kenny. Get on my nerves. Anyway, so we're gonna give shut up. We're gonna give give Sheena a chance to take and introduce herself, because this woman is amazing. She's doing great work in her community and soon everybody else's community. I'm claiming that. So go ahead, my love. Tell us who you are, where you at, what you do. Give us the tea, sis.
So about that. Evening, everybody. My name is Sheena Michelle, West Coast cutie, born and bred, Northern California. I am currently a lupus advocate. Very adamant about lupus awareness, and I love connecting with Kia in this space, sexual awareness, sexual health, sexual education, because one of the things a lot of people don't discuss with chronic illness is our quality of living, not just meds or if your organs aren't failing. Yes, we date. Yes, oh, little child. Yes, we date. We date. We enjoy sex. Chronic illness is not something that stops any one person from wanting those things in life. And unfortunately, in communities at large, whether social circles, personal circles, or medical circles, it's not something that's discussed. So any opportunity I have to engage in conversations about sexual health, dating, when you throw away your toys, I'm definitely here for it. So thank you guys for having me.
Yes, I appreciate you coming on, sharing your love, sharing your voice, your energy, your experiences. You are amazing. And let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. So, like I said, tonight we are talking about dating burnout. Whoo, y'all. I will say I came up with this topic because I came up with this topic after getting lots of messages from followers having certain questions about dating and engaging in dating or being just tired. Also myself experiencing some level of dating burnout too, just being transparent. And then also talking to my friends and hearing them, and then their friends hearing them. It's like, dang, to Kenny's point, what is going on? And me and him ain't even talk about this, like, for real. So this night is very fitting. And I'm also constantly in space where I'm just anywhere, and the conversation goes to dating and being tired and not doing all these things. So it was a combination of many things to lead to this topic, and I'm so excited to talk about it. I want everybody to engage, and I'm glad Kenny said, because I would like the male perspective in some of this too. So, let's talk about dating apps. Let's start there, right? Oh, I know, friend. I know. And
how much time do we have? What the fuck?
When I tell y'all these dating apps, and I will say for me, it was very interesting. I'm a woman who from age 19 to 31, I had been in 2 long-term relationships. So I didn't date. I was in relationships. So at 31, I became a single person, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to do this and that, and it's gonna be like that. Remember, Ken, I would tell you all the stuff I wanted. And I was like, I'm gonna get it because this is that, and everybody this, and I'm sitting around like, I can't stand him.
3 hours later.
And Kenny like, you, and I'm like, you don't know nothing. And lo and behold, you know what, friend? I appreciate you trying.
He showed your ass, didn't he?
Didn't he?
He said, watch this.
He just said, don't believe me, just watch.
Just saying.
When I tell you the lesson I learned, and I literally just started dating in July, and I am tired. I decided to take a break. I decided to take a break. It was an experience. But going back to dating apps, I found a lot of my exhaustion came from being on dating apps, like people, and just let's just start with the browsing, right? Browsing of profiles. It's very interesting because people will have no information about if your profile is your first impression of you, and all I got to go off is a big pretty picture of you and nothing else.
At least you got a pretty picture.
I mean, yay, and that's nice. But if I'm up here looking for something with more depth, I don't know if you got that or not. Because all I see is your pretty pictures.
So much to say.
Mhm.
So much.
Or in space where people are saying the most outlandish things.
Mhm.
I saw one woman on the app I was on called Her. This woman, she was selling weed. She was selling weed. She was selling weed. She was promoting her small business.
Once again, the ingenuity.
Listen,
Brilliant.
listen,
Someone will bite.
girl. Clearly
Really?
somebody was, because it like, and the thing about it is the app didn't take it down. So, but we'll get into that later on. Anyway, my point is, like I said, so just the browsing of profiles, the type of profiles, and how we we structure our profiles. I thought my profile said a lot about me, and not in spaces like, well, I'm telling everything about me, but I was really engaged in the things that I enjoy, what brings me pleasure, the type of person that I want to engage with, and how I want to engage with said person. And I even made it where it could be engaging when I said, in the end of my profile, I say, tell me your favorite used bookstore or your favorite song right now. And it was rare that people responded. In those rare cases when people did respond, I was like, ooh, we getting somewhere. And then no, we wasn't. So it was but back I said, browsing of profiles, right? Like, and not even just the fact of their lack of information on the profiles, but the app themselves, how the profiles are structured, right? It's how we're focused to engage, is to see the picture first, and then you got to scroll up to find information about somebody, hopefully. So, like I said, for me, I just found it to be very it was challenging. It was so challenging. What do y'all think about as far as like browsing profiles?
Just let your guest go first.
Browsing profiles is like reading emails. It's like reading emails, because you got like 100 of them that you haven't opened. You got the two you keep opening because I need to open those. Then you've got your spam, because these are the ones that keep sending you that crap like, oh, you kind of cute, but you be cute if.
Oh, what?
Exactly. So you're flagging this one, not flagging that one. Oh, I'm gonna mark that for later. It's like reading emails.
Sheena, what apps are you on?
None now.
Okay. Got it.
I the burnout. This is very pertinent. It's overstimulation.
Yes.
We're at work on computers. We're attached to our phones, and even when you don't want to be attached to your phone, you have to be, because they phased out certain technologies. So, and then certain situations, it's not conventional for you to not have your phone. And so from the time we open our eyes, in most cases, to the time we doze off on part 52 of Who the Fuck Did I Marry?
Girl, don't get me started on that shit. We talked about that yesterday.
I'm only on part 36, so
Stop watching. Stop.
I know it goes down from there, but it's overstimulation, and I just got tired of it. Bumble, Tinder, POF, Christian Mingle, Her, and I was just like, yep, this is not gonna work.
Oh,
This
you
is not working.
I say, well, you know what? Kudos to you, because you gave dating apps a real try. I had one, Her, and I said, fuck it. After 7 months, you know what? This ain't for me. It's not you, it's me. I'm the problem. I'll leave.
They are exhausting. And one thing I'll say from my standpoint, a lot of it is people not putting in any information in their profile. And then you have people who are angry because they're not getting conversation. So they're cussing people out. If you ain't going to respond to my message, don't swipe left. Whoa. Okay. This is hot. You have people who put pictures of other people on their profile, which I think is such a violation of someone's privacy, because who's to say that I want to be on your profile? Right. So you have to deal with that. Then you got people who are like, oh, let me showcase my kids and display that my kids are my world. You're on a dating website. I don't give a damn about your kids. I want to know about you, So when you have to weed through all of that, and then you are constantly being advertised to spend money, And then it's the pressure of I have to spend a certain amount to get my profile to a certain point or to get qualified. I'm about to say qualified leads. I need to step out of work. Qualified matches. It's like you said, Gina, it is so overwhelming. And you're exhausted because I work from home. So I'm on my computer all day. And then we're on computers here for the station. And then I got to be on my phone to find someone. I'm tired. And I'm getting cussed out. I'm not getting enough information. I'm seeing pictures of people who aren't even on dating websites. Then you got people who are extremely weird, you know, that make you sit here and question yourself. Like, am I giving out serial killer vibes? Because
for real,
I want to hear from you. Then you got people who match with you, and then they'll talk, and the next thing you don't hear anything. It's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
And I think for me, what I've at least my experience has taught me with dating apps is it's structured like social media.
It is.
We're constantly being bombarded to engage. And that's something that I read, especially in the article, when talking the article with the Hinge CEO. Can we pull that one up? The article with the Hinge CEO, and he was talking about how people are engaging with the app and why people are not engaging with the app. They're having so many issues with people, like you said, Kim. There's not enough reciprocity.
And what to me I thought was ironic about that, because you're the Hinge CEO, but yet Hinge is one of the apps that wants you to spend so much money. Like the amount of money that you have to spend in order to find someone. Not to say it should be free, because you should invest in what it is that you want. But the pricing structure is so ridiculous that it's making it difficult for you not to be able to do anything other than to spend. You know, so it's like, dude, don't nobody want to hear from you. We're just fattening in your pockets.
As hell. The thing about it is also too, he even made some mention was like, you know, they're making certain changes to the app to help with engagement, right? And it's talking about using AI technology. I'm like, you're making it worse. You're making it worse because now you're putting robots in space of identifying who is good enough to be seen. So it's just, you know, I am started with, like I said, my experience with the dating app. And just like researching and navigating other people who are engaging navigating dating apps, to me, it's just structured like social media. We're constantly we're told to scroll. Like, even like I said, going back to how the profiles are structured, right? You got this big old pretty picture of somebody, and then you have to scroll up to find information about them. And then you got to click here and click here to get other information about them. Scroll here to see the pictures. Like, it's just structured to keep you engaged, because like you're constantly, like to your point, Gina, of being stimulated. So yeah, it's very interesting. And then you start talking about conversation, right? There needs to be a conversation etiquette class for dating apps, because some of y'all saying some real unnecessary stuff.
Yeah.
The tabs are open.
Let's go to the one with Hinge.
Which one?
The one with the Hinge CEO.
I feel like conversational skills should be a part of the little questionnaire you fill out when you fill out your dating app. Like, do you know how to conjugate verbs? Do you know the difference between here, here, and here?
Girl, there.
There, yeah.
You are your.
Yeah. But there's serial killer vibes.
I am not a part of this the app world. So I got a question. When you go there, what's the first thing that the app is asking you to do?
Your profile, your age. So the first thing they ask you, first of all, your sex, your preferred sexuality, or your sexual orientation, pronoun, and then you go on down to
what your situation is.
Yay.
Married.
Yay.
What's the other one? Complicated. They now have complicated, and yeah,
which I think is actually cool, because there are so many different ways to love and be in relationships. I don't think those questions are, terrible questions to have, but it's just in space. That's how it started. Then they ask you about your height, your weight,
bills,
all that stuff, and then it goes into you having some. And then it asks you to create your bio, put information about yourself in there.
That's a task,
ain't it?
Yeah.
That's a lot of questions for me to sit down and answer. That's a task.
Exactly.
And then
if you really want a task, Go on the Christian Mingle site one day and look at their questionnaire.
Absolutely not.
Look at that right there. If you look, let me tell you, I was a lot more optimistic when I filled out that questionnaire. I was also a lot more willing, and now I'm like, nope. I just need some DoorDash and some Netflix.
Yes.
Nope.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm trying to tell you, brothers, this is what I mean. The odds of you meeting a person, you having the ability to communicate outside, is going to automatically put you in front of the people that are on these apps. Go outside. Go outside.
And I agree with you. And that's my thing. I realized that's another reason why I deactivated my account and deleted the dating app, is because I realized I am a person, I thrive. I'm an extroverted person. So I thrive in spaces around people. It's nothing for me to talk to somebody. But and because I'm also very intentional when I'm in space with people, sitting on this app requires so much brain power for me, because I'm wanting to make sure that I'm being perceived in the way that I want to be perceived. And I want to make sure that I'm understanding in the way that I feel like it's going to be the best in this spaces where I'm trying not to be dismissive of certain stuff, but it is challenging because, to Kim's point, I have 3 devices: my phone, my computer, my iPad, and I am literally on all 3 all day. So for you to sit and tell me now I'm on this app, it's just like, ugh.
One more thing.
It's one more thing added. And then it also requires a lot of attention, especially if you're a person like myself who's very intentional. It takes you a lot to do something. It takes you a lot to engage with somebody, and even creating your bio, because now you're thinking about yourself and how you want to be perceived. Because like I said, your profile is your first impression to somebody. So outside of a big, pretty picture, what else am I?
Right.
What do I have to offer? What do I have to offer? What do I want to offer?
So let me ask you this. Do y'all think, and please answer this question, do you think that's the reason why this question of what does a person have to offer is so prevalent? Because really these apps don't give much of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's still a piece that we have to communicate. I got to learn about you. And so is that maybe why this question is so prevalent? I don't know. I hate the question. Like, what do you bring to the table? I hate that shit.
But I think I think it's the way that it's being asked. That's what, I don't know if you noticed, but I reframed what I said. Not what can I bring to the table, but what do I want to bring to the table, right? Because I mean, you can bring whatever, but it's what parts of me. When I say bring to the table, I mean, what parts of me do I want to share? How do I want to share myself with you? How do I want you to share you with me? Like I was telling you earlier, when I engage with somebody, I have intentions for you. I have intentions for you in my life, but I also have intentions for me in your life. So when like I said, I'm a very intentional person. So when I'm engaging in this space online, on a dating app, it's challenging to do that, because to me, it does not compute. Like, I am genuinely in space where I'm around people. I enjoy people. So here in this space, I don't know how to navigate it all the time. And like I said, I got rid of it because I just couldn't. I was like, I realized I'm just not a dating app person. I can't do it. I can't. And the women that I have engaged with, don't get me wrong, I have met 3 women off of the dating app, and I will say I enjoyed the time that we spent together.
It just way better than me.
I was about to say, so what is your success rate? Like, so what's the success rate of just not even, once again, because I believe people should date as much as they can, as many people as they can. But what is the success of actually having a successful date?
Okay, so I was engaged to someone that I met off of a dating.
Okay.
It's possible. And the question you posed just a second ago about what do you bring to the table, I believe, first of all, I hate that question in any form.
I despise it.
For a few reasons. And I believe dating apps are a breeding ground for ramen noodle romance. So you got this, and you microwave it.
You boil your noodles, or you microwave those noodles, those ramens.
Right. You microwave it and it's ready to go.
Ready to go.
And the way that people have devalued research, they have devalued vetting people, they have devalued getting to know people in a genuine fashion. Like, when I'm engaged, when a guy talks to me, I can almost predict what question he's going to ask me next.
Ouch.
It's do you have kids? Oh, you don't have kids? Why don't you have kids? You don't like kids? Oh, but what's wrong with you? What do you do? Like, what do you do for a living? And what are your hobbies? And I'm like, bruh, could you ask me how my day went first? Like, we're in here with 50 Cent and the 21 questions. And
Girl.
yeah.
Love me now.
No, I can't love you now. But it's this barrage of group interview questions. You know, it's the stuff you get asked when you go to McDonald's for an interview and there's like 20 of you, but only 5 of you really want the job.
Woo.
And it's just this list, and we become so automated. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. We become so automated with how we interact with each other that people don't say, like, what was the last book you read?
Thank you.
You know, like,
You
I
enjoy
asked a
reading
guy, I literally told a guy, I said, you seem like you're more intelligent than that. Ask me something you don't normally ask a woman. And
Yes.
he sat there with no response for like 3 whole minutes. And I was like,
Because people don't know how to have conversations. Number one,
conversation.
read profiles. And
Yes.
they don't know how to ask questions that fit into your interests.
Mhm.
So I read profiles, and if you don't put anything, I just go right past you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're telling me that you don't care enough to try to write something about yourself.
Right. Right.
I will ask questions about their interests, or even just ask them something simple like, "What was the best part of your day today?"
Yes.
Yep.
Like, what makes you
Yes.
smile?
Oh my God, I feel so normal.
Because it's you want to go outside of those normal questions. What do you do?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
what do you like to do? You know, and it's like, okay, first of all, I'm so tired of being asked what is it that I like to do, and then you don't try to frame a date around it.
Yes.
So what
Yes.
was the purpose of even
What was the point of asking?
Because it was nice things.
Yes.
Nice
But
things.
that's what I'm talking about with automated.
automation? Yes.
There's this list of questions. Let me check this. Let me check that. Let me check this. I'm really checking her ass, but you know, I'm gonna check these other boxes just because I'm.
And that's the other thing you have to watch for is being over sexualized. Like that's one reason why I have a hard time with putting full body pictures
Yep.
on my profile.
Yes.
Every time I do, I get a question about my butt,
Yep.
about my breasts,
Yep.
my hips, or something like that. So
Yep.
guys will literally ask, like, "Oh, why don't you have any full body?" Because
Pictures. Yep.
of that being the conversation. You
Yep.
know, immediately going to that. Like, can we just? You don't even. First of all, you don't even know if I got something. You know?
Funny story. I actually had a guy try to get a full body picture out of me, and his negging was that I wasn't a woman, and because I wouldn't show my body, I wouldn't show a full body picture. So
Sorry,
he was like, "Oh, you must be a man," and I was like, how did we get here?"
Be a man, no, I'm a nigga.
Right, but my thing, sir, you didn't think you can take and just put some titties on? You know, people pay for asses
What's that big
nowadays.
comment?
So
We have a big comment.
Yes, we do. So first, let's go back. It says, I have never used a dating app, and I'm glad I never had to with the stories y'all got. Just saying. Whatever happened to just meeting people in the store, in public, etc.? Like, do people not watch Catfish?
Because nobody wants to be in the store. We go in the store for diapers, toilet paper, milk. I don't want to stand in this line.
I've been at work all day.
I don't want to be close to these people. Let me run in here and get what I need so I can go home.
And to your point, we don't know where we don't know where guys are at because they don't come out. I don't want to go to the club. So
right.
if you go to a place like a bookstore, I don't see you there. If I do go to a Target, I don't see you there. So that's what I'm saying. So where do you, I asked you that, where do you go to find men? It's you go to festivals, if you go to concerts, everybody's coupled up.
So, yep. I was just out last weekend at a place that was grown, mature, great vibe, but couples.
I'm tired of seeing women. Like every time I see women.
I mean, we nice, but I get it.
I have enough friends. I don't want any more. And then this one, I don't judge folks who can't use their, you, your correctly, because growing up working with people with learning disabilities. Some go into adulthood with still not understanding the difference, but they are the most intelligent humans, and they may not also have great communication skills, but people write them off, especially if they are men.
Because men don't take the time to do the details. I ain't gonna lie to you now. That's a detail oriented situation, and then texting is quick, so then you're just capitalizes all the yours.
Or why people using you are instead of the full words.
Just everything.
Yeah, and so I definitely don't want it to be in space so where it perceived as being negligent to the individuals with intellectual disabilities, right? That's just not the space that we're talking about specifically is those who don't, like, to Kenny's point, take the time to be intentional in details in how you're engaging with somebody. Because if we're talking about this is going to be the method of communication right now for us, I need a certain level of communication. Even if the skills aren't there, I can navigate when the skills aren't clear. But if you're you're purposely using the words wrong, like, come on. Those are the spaces that, I mean, I would hope, I will say for me personally, I can read someone's message and see if there is some level of a space where they may just not know, right? And that's like you can tell those spaces right there. And those when that happens, you look over there because you know what they meant, because you can tell there was some intention behind it. But it's lack of intention when you're the lack of intention when you're engaging, especially when we're talking about digital communication. There's a certain level of detail you have to have because so many things can be taken wrong so fast or be misunderstood rather quickly. So
all right, because I'm talking to the ladies as a guy trying to process and understand what you're going through. So if we collectively say we're not out as often and we are not in spaces to where we can actually have these conversations, then once again, how do we get there? You get what I'm saying? So if Amazon makes it easy where I can say, I don't feel like being bothered with the store today, click, 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 clack, clack. Well, that trip to the store, you might have missed whoever you might have been, who was supposed to engage with you for that day. Like,
that's a desire thing, though. That's an individual desire thing. Because ladies consistently show up for things more than guys do. I have been at dozens of events, and there's like 5 guys to like 30 women. And so, but we're making as women and individuals, we want to go out because I got that pair of shoes that I bought, and I'd be dang if it don't get some city miles.
Hello.
And so we go out, we have a different tribe than men. And I think you mentioned that earlier about the type of connections that guys foster or don't, the lack thereof. But it's, even if we go out, the opportunity for there to be an even kill on the engagement, like that has to come from guys. Like, short of me hanging off a pole to some music, I mean, and even they might watch that on some kind of streaming device if they got it.
So with that being said, Kenny, so I mean to cut you off, Shayna.
No, it's fine.
With that being said, is there a space to say maybe the consideration should be for men to start creating events so that they can engage with women in the ways that they're looking? Because when you're thinking about, like you said, where do women go? Like, where do people go? Where are while the outside, like Tashina's point, women are creating the spaces.
Men are going to the places that they want to engage women the way they want to engage them. So because there's no shortage in the club. You know what I'm saying? So like,
but I'm talking about the guys who you're talking about. That's like, I'm not dealing with this. I want to be loved, and I have these certain expectations. Why don't these particular men? Why aren't these men creating spaces where you're now in space where you create the space and engage the type of women that you're looking for?
You want the real answer? Many men are still afraid of the rejection piece. It's easier for me to deal with somebody digitally because I don't have to sit in rejection. I swipe out of it. You get what I'm saying? So that rejection piece for many men has not been an obstacle that they have overcome. That's why you hear so much hostility now in what you see, because it's like, well, I don't know what you want. I don't know what, because they think every hit is supposed to be a home run versus sometimes nigga just get on base. You get what I'm saying? Because everywhere else on earth, I can hit a home run, or what is perceived as a home run digitally, virtually. I can get those home runs to feed my ego. But taking time to figure out about another human being is effort. And so I may put in this effort and get nothing from it.
So you telling us we got to start handing out participation trophies?
Well, here's the problem with that. Everywhere else there is.
That's what I'm hearing you describe. Like
everywhere else there is. And so then what happens is those guys, and shoot, I don't give a damn if y'all hit me up and say, oh, he's wrong. No, those guys who are used to participation trophies look for low-hanging fruit. So that's why I said there's no shortage of kids being held. There's how many were born today? So people fucking, but there's no value in the relationship. So the physical can be had. But when we're talking about something that's going to foster a respectful relationship, there's an ounce of, well, this may not work. And so now if this don't work, then let's just keep it damn near contractual. I get you, you get me, and then now we go. And then we're going to tag it with situationship to make it relevant in society. So then now, I just got a little situationship. Well, we fucking. You know what I'm saying? And then now when we split from that situationship, we go find another one. Those are easy. We can get in and out of those. And then the rejection is tabbed to, it was just a situationship. So you can what is the word?
Compartmentalize.
Exactly, the rejection. So I'm only being rejected because it was a situationship. Now I take those feelings, suppress those, and then when I finally talk to you or you or you, and I'm like, damn, I really like her. Here's what it comes out. So what do you like to do? So let me find out everything I need to find out if I'm gonna be rejected right now, so I don't have to deal with this shit later. And I'm just being honest. And because, like you said, going inside in COVID, everything is instant. And so by us participating in these apps, like when I'm listening to y'all talk, I'm like, oh, the game might be a little easier than what I think if I was single. I just got to go outside. Because if I go outside,
everybody,
and I can have a conversation, or I can sit at a jazz bar and know how to buy a drink.
You
Yes, bruh.
Now any guy that decides to do anything just a smidge different than what is happening
he
now,
gonna win.
You are going to
win. Yep, he getting all the medals.
Listen, you buy a woman a drink, or if you send her flowers or whatever, just
write a note and hand it to her, a letter.
You, my nigga, you are winning. We're giving you the keys to the city. Just take and run with it, my God.
That comes with she may not like it. And see, that's where old school style, we had to deal with rejection.
But see, women are in the same space because women are dealing with and I maybe I should. Oh, well, that I was talking about the space of dating women. Kim had a point. But women are also dealing in spaces with rejection too, because but even in those spaces, just navigating them, and but it goes back to what I was saying again, that personal work that has to be done. But so your point, like you said, you were making a point. I mean to cut you out. I want you to finish that right fast. I wanted to say that.
No, but even what you're saying with women and how you guys, the way you operate is totally different. So even in you date women. You may go through rejection from a woman. Kim understanding where you're at, y'all relate different on that rejection. Me as a guy, talk to a chick, I get rejected. One of my boys is either going to laugh, like, you shot your shot too far, nigga, you missed. You know what I'm saying? So then now you got to sit in that. Whereas y'all are able to, girl, let's go get some wine. Let's go have some conversation. Let's do what we do. But see, when I looked at the men that answered my question, there's not a lot of men that have that community. So what happens is now I got to sit in this rejection alone. And it's like, and then I'm fearful to tell anybody about how I feel about rejection. So then now it just compounds. That's why I keep saying brothers got to get out of that.
Yeah.
Because the more you throw yourself out there, the better chance you do to have to hit a home run because the women are outside. We had just 1 second before you go into your point. We had our very first brunch a brother from what was it Omega Psi? No, it was Phi Beta Sigma. He came downstairs, he looked, he walked upstairs, and immediately called his frat brothers like, "There's all these women here and no men, y'all." And then they came. But if you don't have more of that cycle where somebody is outside to be able to be like, "Yo," you know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. Those fucking apps, women or people who want to date, get off of them. Force niggas to come outside because we want you. But if it's easier for me to get on this, then that's where I'm gonna go. Get off of them. Because they're doing a disservice for y'all.
Yeah, and that goes back into the point that I was making when I was saying, who's benefiting, the company or the users?
The companies.
Because the point is not for you to find love and get off the app. No, it's structure for you to stay up there.
That's why
it's a revolving door.
Yeah, that's why I was asking y'all like what goes into creating the profile, because remember we had to work for MySpace. I think everybody here is old enough to remember MySpace.
Yeah, that was my job.
MySpace was your thing, like that was your piece of the world, and
but that was the first week.
Yeah, and people, because we were doing coding. Niggas didn't even realize we were doing coding to make that stuff look right.
So I said,
music and shit and everything. Our shit was right.
For real.
That's true. It was free, but then at a point in time, because
we engaged.
You had to engage past that point. So there was only enough to cause you to say, I either got to ask for her phone number or ask for another source of contact with her because I'm stopping. But if all this, okay, you can put this and you can put this and you can put this. So I can literally judge and be dead ass wrong because all this information is here. It doesn't require me to actually have a conversation or ask anything, because I'm thinking about how y'all talk about what you put into the profile. Well, as men, I'm sure there's not a lot of men that are as detailed as that their profile.
Only the ones that are cussing people out.
That's
one. The guys that are looking for something sexual. That's the other one.
Okay.
And then the ones that are looking for a third. That's the other. And then the ones that are just so into themselves.
So that's the one.
Yes, that they have to put everything out there because I'm an alpha man. I'm this much. I have this much. But on apps, they do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, they do.
Them weirdos with that alpha shit.
There was one guy that said, you have exactly 8 hours to respond back to me or I'm going to remove you. I said 8 hours.
Well, he told that to you?
No. That was his profile.
Yeah.
He told the women, he was like, I know you get 24 hours, but you have exactly 8 to respond back to me. People work.
But you know why?
Wait a minute.
I'll tell you why he said that. Because somebody fulfilled that.
Yep. Somebody gave him the yes on that.
And that's why I'm like, and I know it's a people thing. It's not necessarily a male, female thing. It's a people thing. But in certain areas, stuff like that, if he was to be ignored consistently from that,
he get rid of it.
He'd change it. Somebody like a desperate goober was like, what do you think about me?
Yeah.
First of all, sir, you're not even cute enough for these types of demands.
Right?
And humble.
You can't be ugly and aggressive.
Hello, my God.
That gives bamboo, or what is it? The gorilla, the big gorilla joint, that big black one. That's when you give off that type of energy. Because here's the thing: people have choices, and so what I'm seeing from these apps and what you're telling me, I would love to create a profile just to see what it like the process, so I have a better understanding. You are literally almost removing people's choices.
Yes.
And
you are
for them now.
That's ridiculous.
I'm telling you, it's doing a number on people's self-esteem.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Pockets. Because if you feel like you are not getting certain people, it makes you feel a certain type of way. And then you have to sit here and say, well, now I have to spend close to $200 a month to get qualified people to look at my profile or to view people who like me. It is
really.
And then you have the site. So I'm gonna be real transparent because I've had some very assorted extracurricular hobbies in my life. So I was on, sugardaddy.com, and you have profiles that you have to submit your proof of your income and statements to get verified, so you get a certain status on the website. So the people that are looking for you know that you actually can run that back.
Okay, I think that's but
So
yeah,
I mean, to the point of the website, yes, but in the space that we're discussing, like what the hoops that you have to go through to be on these sites. So with the monthly memberships, and then there's monthly memberships inside of in-app purchases. So I think when I tried her, and I didn't even get a membership with her, but you could boost yourself for so much money for like, I can't remember if it was like an hour, but it was something that wasn't worth your money, and it really wasn't. But it exists because somebody's doing it.
I kept the free space, and I found myself in space where it was interesting because like when you just do the free version, you can only see people who engage with you, and then they only allow you to see like a certain amount of people a day.
So then that keeps you coming back.
Yeah. I say because it's structured. I can like social media. Yeah, because then they got all these commercials, and that they have like these different ads that's constantly popping up. And then to China's point, you can pay to no longer see ads. like it's so much with that. And then on top of that, like they're also selling your data. These companies are selling your data, so they're making money.
That's where the cookies and all that stuff.
Yes, that's why I say it's just benefiting. The companies is not necessarily benefiting the users when it comes to dating apps. I kind of want to change gears a little bit, but let's talk about matchmaking because Kim, you touched on it a little bit earlier. You were talking about matchmaking, like in those spaces now where some people are realizing, maybe dating apps are not the space for me. Maybe let's try matchmaking. But I remember we was talking about it, and you were telling me about the particular matchmaker that you had seen or heard of. This woman here, she would only work with people who were making a certain amount of money.
You had to make $75,000 a year or more.
So you mean to tell me if I'm poor, I don't deserve love? I'm too broke to fall in love.
God, I'm gonna go wash that woman's feet in oil at home tonight. Because if I have to be out in the street with this shit, I'll never make it. This is crazy. Like what you just spewed to me from this woman is nuts. Because then now you're putting a value on that person only based upon what they make.
So how does that affect that person's self-esteem? How does that affect how that person look at what love is, and what adds to what other what other adages add to that person's trauma around love and experiencing love? Like
what's her if y'all don't mind me asking, what would be her basis of saying that she can only find other suitors that are that financially stable and above, or what? Why is she asking that question?
Probably status.
I have to go back to, because I believe it was a woman in Raleigh, but she specifically only wanted, because some matchmakers have a database where you are only supposed to have like between certain amounts of money because they want to make sure you're equally yoked. So they wouldn't match someone who's making maybe $25,000 a year with someone who's making $100,000. They would say like, okay, well, you are a doctor and you're anesthesiologist. You two would be better suited because there's commonalities there, as opposed to someone who may be in I don't know,
a teacher who ain't making shit.
A teacher. But I don't
qualify for neither one of them that you just named with my broke teaching ass trying to help these kids.
He's like, it was so much passion.
But it's not fair because there are people who like, okay, they may have a husband or a wife that's an engineer, but they may be a teacher. So like you say, you're completely wiping out a whole entire population of people. And then what if I make $70,000 a year? I can't find somebody because I'm $5,000 short.
So that's the other thing, right?
$5,000 any damn way. First of all, let's go there.
What you say? I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, so it's funny that you brought up matchmakers, because when I got off dating apps, that's one of the things that started showing up on my feed is love coaches.
Yes.
And I started research because I was like, well, how is this any different than the app? But these are people who are monetizing people's search for love. And a lot of the the coaches that you see, some of them are genuine, but they do want you to make a certain money because they want to know, can you invest
Yes.
in your future?
There you go.
And I have it written down somewhere on Instagram, but there's at least 4 very popular coaches who only want you to make like 90 or above.
Whoa.
And they're like, oh, we have payment plans. Oh, and if you can't afford that, you can do our live stream because we do lives, you know. And I'm like,
This world sound like I need to just get with the sex educator and get my toy game strong.
look,
Couldn't survive.
that's why mine don't last the whole year.
90
So-
get you said yours don't last the whole year. If I ain't got 90 and I can't get into the game, I can't even play ball.
No.
Unless I got 90.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
No.
It's tough out here.
Now, I mean, there are other matchmakers, but there's no telling what their criteria is. Like I was telling you about the Indian matchmaker, where they see her more of like an auntie, but she does it more based off of commonalities. Like I said, who you are, your interests, what you do for work.
Yeah.
That's how she bases it. And then like family structure, religion, ethnicity, that's how she'll base it, you know, because most of the time theirs are arranged marriages anyway, you know, so it's not so much of how much are you making, but more so who are you as a person and what are your values, morals, and things like that. And then would you be a match for each other?
Okay. So let me ask y'all this, because we're talking about dating and then matchmaking. You're out in the community, in the space. How would you like to be approached? Because I do think a lot of men hesitate because some things are,
They think I'm a bitch.
you have to be able to go through the layers of what you're about to encounter due to what somebody else has experienced previously.
That's fair.
And a lot of men don't have that in them because they feel like they're gonna get cut at the knees. So what is it in the let's say y'all 3 are out, all right? What does it look like for each one of y'all because it's going to be different for someone to approach you and you be accepting to conversation and moving, like, you know, interest? What would that look? We'll start with our guest.
Confidently and respectfully. Confident. I tell people, butcher it with confidence. Like, butcher it. If you're gonna walk up to me, because I get, you know, I walk around with my fro, and like guys have literally said, oh, like, you seem like you don't need a man. I still don't know what that means, but whatever. But to me, if you're confident, you don't care. Like, if you confident, look, I'm the dude for her. Like, just how you doing? Not AAA. So yo, just hi, how you doing? Confidently.
Yeah, pretty fro. Let me holler at you right quick.
I mean, but check this though. I could respect that if we are having fun. Like, I'm in Northern Cali. It's Oakland. We got San Francisco. We got Berkeley. We could be at a music festival. You know what I'm saying? Read the room.
Yeah.
Read the room. If we're at a jazz club, how you doing? Excuse me, how you doing? You know, oh, I see you, sis. I see you. I'ma smile at you. That's your cue, bro. That's all you.
Okay.
Say hi. Say hello.
Okay.
And work from there. Heck, if she cute,
There's
all of that.
fast. Work from there.
Yeah.
You just don't know how to work from there.
They
don't know how
at all.
And they don't know how to step over. Like, damn.
I promise.
Man.
Having dialogue with other men, it's funny because it's like, damn, you said that? Like, I should start a whole series of you said that
for real.
Because
you should.
They say is like, I literally gave, it's one of my 5 questions that you should ask on a date. I told this brother, he was like, I don't know how to really, I don't know what to do with her. I said, okay, ask her a simple question. But literally, I told him, say, ask what her ideal weekend is, alone, with friends, and then with her mate. I said, nigga, do you know how much intel you can get with one question? So then you know what she likes to do alone. So then whenever she's alone, you can provide that. When she's with her friends, maybe you can slide her a little something on her friend date. And then now you know what to do when it's y'all 2. That's 3 in 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's 3 in 1.
Let me give you a round of applause, because
the one thing that our dad taught me was literally, and he never told my mom, that he told her, you want to stay in a woman's frontal lobe and you want to create memories. So even when she's with the next man, she's thinking, I wonder what that nigga's doing. Literally, that's what he told me.
That's good advice, though.
You want to always, even when she's with somebody else,
Mhm.
she's thinking, I wonder what he's doing.
And you know what
Yep.
gets me? Because Sheena, kind of like what you said, I'm a sucker for a good smile and a
Mhm.
genuine compliment. If you come over
Yeah.
to me, you're smiling, it's a genuine compliment, like not something dirty, like, hey, you got a big how?
Ooh.
But if it's saying something like, you know what, I noticed your smile, or you know, you got
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
skin, or I
Mhm.
love how that hair
Yep.
looks on you, something
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
That's it. Or if you make me laugh,
Yes.
Listen.
if
Yes.
you laugh, I am sold.
Which it ain't that hard to do,
It's
niggas.
not.
She laughs.
But you know what? I have had guys tell me in public, y'all.
Uh-huh.
If a man has said to me, "Oh, you got some pretty lips. Do you suck?"
What?
In public, I promise you. I was so in shock that I couldn't figure out what to do. I just had to walk away.
Excuse me.
And I was like, "That's how you fumbled a bag?"
I'm so sorry you experienced something like
But
that.
you know
What
what?
in
Yeah,
the
I'm
world?
sorry.
I
Has
hate
responded
that.
to that.
I'm sorry too. That's them sexy red Suki chicks that's the ones. And I'm trying to
Look,
tell
ain't nothing
y'all.
wrong with that. They
I'm
serve
trying
their
to tell
space where
you
they at.
that,
Leave
to
them
see
women
that,
alone.
that you're right. They do serve their space, but then that's why you see them gravitate to certain men, and people are always scratching their chin, like, now how in the hell? Because guess what? She just put it out there. My booty hole brown, my pussy's pink, and it's like, you know what? I want to see that.
Well, shit.
While everybody else got their pants on, and you're like, no, don't talk about my ass. Well, she just said her booty was brown, and I want to see all that brown booty. This is what you're fighting. This is what you're fighting.
What's wrong with you?
Because it's
he being honest.
I swear.
He hurt, but he being honest.
You sitting here telling me don't talk about your ass, and she's telling me what it looks like.
Okay.
Well, then I want to see that.
Then that
Because I
means-
wanted to see yours, and you told me don't talk
But
about
in
it.
that case, then guess what? Then you're not the guy for me, and you're for her, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But here comes the cycle.
Mhm.
All right, so the next dude. Oh, word, the booty hole Browns is over here. Is that easy? It's that easy, my nigga. Now you got passport bros. You see what I'm saying? Like, so that's what you're fighting against. And I'm not saying that anybody should lessen their expectations for themselves. But when I start looking at the bros, I'm like, damn, they just want the easy way out.
And then you impregnate these women and then get mad and then want to come back over to the woman.
So now
that
you
said,
told
"Don't
me what
talk about
size
my
jeans
ass."
were those, ma'am?
Then you want to come back over here.
Ma'am, I like those jeans. I like the way they fit.
Meanwhile, you was dating Sean. Sean.
Yeah. Now I pay child support,
Right.
and I'm in. Wait a minute, I like that sweater on you with the scarf up to your neck, 3/4 the cloth in the streets. That's
And now you want to come back over
trying
here.
to tell you.
Sir, don't get the hell out of my face.
That's what you like. Because as I hear y'all talk, and you know, it's rare when men and women can engage like this, and maybe we should do this on a larger platform.
Yeah.
The issue, what I see from brothers, I got to be honest, what I see from brothers is they want that later, but don't know how to handle the conversation. You get what I'm saying? So I'll say hi, and then now it's that uncomfortable cheek hurting smile, like, oh, so I didn't expect that response. I don't know where to go from here.
Yeah.
And then now, you know, it's like, well, you lead it. And then that's when we got that uncomfortable shit going on. But then when old girl over here just puts it the hell out here, and I know everything there. I can rock with that. I ain't got no word.
You know, that's what you're talking about makes a lot of sense, because the one thing I notice about various men is that they do not like the concept of competition.
No.
Oh, so you talking to somebody else?
Yeah, I don't want that.
You know, and it's the same thing. Like you just said, I know everything up front.
Yeah.
So I don't have to guess. I don't have to do the work. It's just I can be mediocre and not talk.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
You know, I can be mediocre and still get what I want.
Yeah.
And that's when you be looking at it like, these niggas, what? You're getting cheeks? How?
Because she said her booty hole was brown.
And listen,
I got a couple dollars. That's what she wanted. You sitting here asking me more questions about it. I just need booty hole brown, and it's gonna cost me this amount of money. I'm out. That's it. I mean,
But when I have a kid, with
but
booty
once
hole brown-
booty hole brown ain't right, burn me something crazy, then I'm coming over you like, well, ma'am, may I buy you a drink?
you said you was thirsty.
Yeah. What you saying? You like a vodka with cranberry, top shelf?
There you go, sir. You get a top shelf, you definitely winning.
No, I hate to cut the conversation short, but we are past the top of the hour.
Yes.
I feel like this conversation needs to continue.
I was thinking in part 2. Can we come back?
Yes.
Because I wanted to get a lot of other topics. We got stuck on dating apps, but I do understand why we got stuck because it's so vast and
so
it goes
prevalent.
like it touches on so many areas of our lives and in our society also, but there's so much more. So we're gonna bring the rest of this back after next, which
Sheena,
will be
you
the
coming
night.
back, girl?
I'm with it.
Okay, cool.
I'm with it.
I want to see if I can get a guy to come on with her.
Look, I'm telling you, I'm just waiting for the audacity.
No, yes, now that's the next step.
I'm waiting for with this hand. I'm waiting for the audacity.
Whole friend, we got you. That'll be the third time you come back.
I'm gonna ask my friends and see if I can get one guy to come on with us.
Okay, and I'll say
hopefully single.
I will say this: talking to some of the single men about their experiences on the app, it is reminiscent to a lot of what you're experiencing.
I'm saying that's why I've talked to some guys. I've heard it, and I think something you was telling me too. Some things,
yeah. So it would be nice to hear from a guy.
Let me see if I can find
y'all,
one.
Nice.
Y'all watch the playback of this. If you are a single man, you're out here dating or on dating apps, please hit us up. We want y'all to be a part of the conversation. I promise you, it's a judgment-free.
Come on in, sit on down.
It's a judgment.
They said that.
Now see, that's the you just
I'm
say,
just playing.
Not the hand.
Look,
Playing.
I
won't judge you till we get off air. I'm just playing. I swear I'm not judgment free. Kinda.
So
he's so embarrassing. We sorry. We apologize for him.
Judgment free, y'all. So with that said,
he gonna be punished. She gonna be able to talk.
Please reach out to us. Reach out to Coach. Reach out to Tyranikia. Reach out to myself, whomever, and we will get you on the show. Let's have this conversation. And we want to hear from we want to hear the guy side. I want to hear.
Yeah. I can only speak to so much because again, to Kenny's point, I date women. That's what I know. And I ain't even get to talk about that because I think it's many space where we weren't talking about how women is, as you know, the atrocities you all are experiencing when talking to men via dating apps. I tell you, it has been some very interesting space and things I have heard from women, and you would not think
those was niggas.
That's what I mean. It's a people thing, man.
Yes, me too.
It's a people thing. I promise.
I say the level of engagements that we are experiencing as a whole, it is not sexual oriented. It's people. It's people.
Yes, people.
It is people. But yes, Sheena, I thank you for coming on tonight, and I appreciate the fact that you will be back on March 9th.
Yes.
The second part of dating burnout. So y'all stay tuned. Hold that thought. Any questions you have, as Kim said, please direct them to her, to me, as a coach. Look, we ready. We want to have these conversations, things that we're missing.
Create a safe space.
Yay.
Yes.
Let's really, really just dive into this. And also just bring it back to Coach's question. Even though we're diving into it, what can we do to start the change? Because we can talk about it all day long, but what are we going to do with this information?
We get back? Yeah.
Let's that be the message. What are we going to do with all of this talking? How are we going to start making changes?
Let's fix it because we love everybody.
Heck
Booty hole and jeans.
Listen, I was saying that's why I said them girls that got their space. Listen, I am with it. I think they should talk about their booty holes and their coochies all they want because it's theirs. And you do what you want with your boo.
Good night, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you.
But yes, my love. Love it on y'all. Thank you so much for joining, engaging. Thank you for all the comments that you all had and engaging with us. It's been a beautiful night. I'm going to give me something to eat, but I will talk to y'all on March 9th. It is Sexy Education. On Sex on Bay.
And the Sibs, we're going on break because we need it. We're tired.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So,
We almost 20-something episodes.
yeah. So we're gonna go on
That
break,
baby
y'all.
tired.
Yeah, talking without the damn mic.
We,
Like, cause y'all don't understand.
but I promise y'all, it's only for a couple days. We will be back. So
Content will still be dropped. So just follow us.
Yes, yes. But we got to go on break. We got to regroup. What?
Regroup. See?
That baby
It ain't just
tired.
me.
That baby tired.
That's not Todd. That's Todd. There's no R.
That's it. We out. Bye, y'all. Bye.
But